Clay.
What's that?
I moved a couple of them.
So you moved the ones up here by Arietti?
No, not up there. I did not. I moved a couple that were in the middle.
All right. So let me move these. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hi, Norman.
Hello.
How are you today?
Confused.
He is not. He's doing great.
He destroyed my Air Force last night.
Oh, barely touched one plane.
Two, brother. 2 of my 4.
Did I?
There's no replacements.
He even apologized to me for getting plane shot down. I mean, really?
I had to actually work today. It was a
you got a new job.
shock. Yeah, kind of.
It's a new old job.
No, it's it's for someone I know, and it's gig. So I just do it whenever I want to, kind of, which is not very often.
Is Chris joining us tonight?
I think 4, 7.
Oh, it says he's running very late.
1,
I'm
2,
sorry.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So Mitch, you moved this one, number 8, down here.
Number 8 where? Yes. No, yes, I did.
Okay, and C?
No, I did not move that one. I only do the 3 after it breaks down thing.
Okay.
So it can move another 10. Yep, I agree.
Let's see. I think that's about... Oh, we got this guy in here. So this is going to cost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that takes care of that. And then I'm going to have to roll to repair these in Benghazi. And I got to spend...
Man, are you guys running a used car lot in Benghazi?
I know. The breakdowns are brutal. I lost a lot during the supply run.
Get you a very good deal on a truck.
Which I got to speak to Jeff and Mitch about this supply run. Too many trucks are breaking down.
Yep.
Yes.
Told you we should have bought the extended warranty, but no.
And I have some thoughts on that, of course.
Stop breaking them down.
So I gotta throw some things at you guys about that.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, let me just refresh my memory. I think it's you have to pay 1 fuel point, and 1 store. I believe that's what it is. Per TOE.
For breakdowns.
Yeah.
And it's
per TOE.
2
correct?
each for and it's 2 each for destroyed.
Destroyed. Okay, these are for just the breakdown.
How do we can you create a breakout room for us, Tim?
Sure. Let me create breakout rooms. Once I remember how.
Hi, Tim.
Hello.
Good to hear your voice.
You ready to join the Commonwealth, Mitch? You can bring your troops with you.
Yeah, would you just escort us back to Tobruk?
Happy to.
As
Happy to
prisoners.
just follow you. Just follow the way. We won't cause any problems.
You have to wait till 1944, and we'll talk.
Ooh. If we could hold this position till 44, I call that a good ending.
I call that a win for us.
Except for the Italian tanks, so you can keep up, you'll have to go backwards.
Oh. I was watching the video yesterday where the guy was talking about the Panzer Mark ones. That's the one with the dual machine guns, right?
Yeah.
And apparently they were used extensively in the desert as a recon type vehicle. I had not heard that before.
Yeah.
Are you inviting me, Tim, to another room, or you're inviting your other guys, correct? Hello?
Oh, hey, I just jumped in the breakout room thinking that's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm not going in. He sent
Okay.
an invite to everybody, but I'm not going in it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are there any Commonwealth players on this side?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, hey.
Really quickly. Hex, this one down here. Right?
Yes?
Okay. When I tee off to get you guys supply along that trail,
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing a lot of trucks.
Yeah.
Where the 102 is, we might have to put a supply dump there.
Mm-hmm.
And then another supply dump. Let's see.
Yeah,
Maybe
what if-
not. Maybe just to the 102. We'll put a supply dump right there. And then I can take another truck to go where 60 Saab is, because that's a supply dump. And then from 60 Saab, the next one is by the 7CCNN.
Mm-hmm.
So we might need
What-
one by Bengiani.
What about if we use that sort of leapfrog technique where we can limit the breakdowns, but we use twice as many trucks to move the supply?
Because I can't get back. Even though we do
Okay.
that, I can't get the guys back.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to get trucks to that point, drop off, and get back to the previous supply dump.
Okay.
And that way, next turn, I'm back already at the original supply dump and back again, getting something out. Right now, I'm taking it and I'm breaking down and I'm staying at the last hex where I dropped it off.
Why don't we pull the 102nd back to the road?
Oh, you don't want to take it up that trail?
Well, I mean, I'm happy to, but I mean, you want to add another division's worth of supply problems on this road? It seems like that's
I'm not
really
going
going
to.
to come.
As long as we have the supply dump, we're good. If we
Okay.
have a supply dump there and one in Bengiani, we're good.
Essentially, you want them every 10 hexes, right?
Within, yes. Within.
Because that way you can do a round trip in 20
So,
breakdown points. Yeah.
that's all I need. And then we'll do the next one where
Well, then I think we did good by
where
saving that
27
supply dump.
where 27
Yeah, go ahead.
Bree is. We'll do one there because of the rough it's going to kill us. And we'll build that chain. Once we have that chain, we're good to go, guys.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in that area with 27 Brev. Oh, probably got you on the horn. 27, because Chris isn't on yet. 27 Brev received 128 ammo points as well as the stores. And the 19th unit over there, it received 40. And then my unit, the 15th, received 24. I did not send any ammo to 33 unless you think I should. Should I send it like 4 or 8?
Well, so you know, I dropped off ammo in that supply dump where you're at.
That's what That's what I grabbed. Mm-hmm.
I dropped off in that supply dump. So you know. You grabbed that at that supply dump?
I think so. What did you drop off?
208.
Yeah, I have Yeah. No, I took 168 of it. and 24. Yeah.
So you
So I
took,
took-
so you took 168 of the 208
plus 24.
plus 24. So 168 plus 24. So you took
Mhm.
192.
There
So
you go.
I gotta subtract that. I'm doing it right now. So there's only 16 ammo points in there right now, in that hex, in that supply dump.
And 7 CCN will take some of it too.
Got it.
And then as you as you begin sending me your next supplies, let's talk a little bit about, I might need a little fuel too.
There is fuel in that hex, by the way.
Oh, okay.
There's 448 fuel points.
Oh, okay. That's going to be helpful. I can get some of that, that next supply run. That'll be helpful. Thank you.
No, you're
Cool.
welcome.
Good job on the supply runs, brother. You're knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
been fed. Everyone's been fed. Same with you,
Yep.
Jeff. You've been
Yep.
fed. You haven't wasted any ammo because you haven't fought. So you're good, Jeff.
No fighting yet. Been trying to. Haven't been able to.
So I got to get these trucks up and running. That's broken down.
Okay, we're back. Has Rommel surrendered yet?
We thought about it, but then we said no.
Okay.
So 84. So in Benghazi, fellas, we have 84 trucks I'm going to be rolling for. So it costs us 84 fuel points and 84 stores. Okay, here we go. So it's chart number 22.8. 1d6, a 5. That doesn't seem good. 10%. So 10% we get back. So 8 trucks only, fellas.
Yeah. You think those German mechanics would be better at that?
Hey,
You-
Clay, Mitch,
Yeah.
Mike's in
Yes.
the room. Okay.
What's that?
I said I'm in the room. I just didn't want you guys to give away national secrets or anything.
No. I was actually doing this in front of you guys to let you know we're gonna roll for this.
No, you weren't. We weren't there. At least I wasn't. They left me. I felt like it was my parents. They just
Oh, they went back into the breakout room again?
No,
no, they
vice
left.
versa.
They
Look,
left
it's
it in there
traumatic.
all alone.
It could be worse, Mike. I went to college and both of my parents moved to new houses. Like, quick, out of here.
Give you the address, did they?
Actually, and both to condos so that I couldn't move back home.
Yeah.
Which, of course, I now recognize is the smartest idea in the world. But
Well, Well, we have 6 daughters. I got 5 in college right now. And when this last one moved, she's going to Waco to go to Baylor. And as soon as she moved out, we sold the house with all the bedrooms. And I'm in a little bitty house right now. And there is no place for them to come home. So, yeah, when I left home, my stepdad said, Mike, you're welcome back anytime, son, but just bring one suitcase.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm done with that. So it's Allies Op Stage 3.
Yep. We're just finishing up rear area stuff. Correct, guys?
Yeah, I'm done, I think.
Okay. Mike, have you readied all those
Yes, I have. And I've
firefighters?
got, yep, and I'll send Norm the expenditure in terms of supplies. Although with some of these, I can take them off the bases directly. I mean, so but I just want to make sure we're catching.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll take them off the ones. I'll send you a note for the ones I don't have.
Yeah, the ones that don't have them like on the sheet though, you could take them from the dumps from the like they're in cities with dumps. So I just didn't.
Okay, good enough. In that case, I'll go to the city and take them out then. Okay.
Yeah, on the supply dump chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of a weird thing going on. I don't know if there's up here on this road, Clay, in the Jebel Akhtar. There's 2 prison guards just standing there without any POWs. I don't know what's going on there.
No, I don't know what's going on there either. Did I put those guys there?
Did they get dropped there or something accidentally? I don't know.
Black Rock Rave.
I'm not sure what that is. They haven't moved one direction or the other. That's for sure.
I need to go back over to the videos or the files to see where these
All right,
guys
so
came from. Yes.
we'll put a question mark on him. Yeah.
Tim, I sent you a chat and Zoom.
I assume you guys are going to be fighting Rommel.
How would we do that?
No, we think we captured his butt, didn't we?
We captured somebody, but it turned out to be an imposter.
And after this turn, we're going to have the big strategic air war phase, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where we sink the Italian merchant fleet.
One hopes not. We've done well so far in that regard. That's one of the areas we've done okay. And then we'll have some fun in Malta.
Fun in Malta.
What are we waiting?
Yeah, we're waiting for the Allies, Commonwealth.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they're wrapping up their things.
They're trying to figure out if they want to attack Rommel.
Oh, are they in the other room?
I have no
Oh
clue.
no.
Oh, okay.
No, the other two are on. Look, I'm just an appendage.
We're here. I think.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, take your time. I was just the silence. I was like making sure that somebody wasn't waiting for me to do something.
Well, I was waiting. I don't know about Tim. I just found another.
It's the pop-up LRG time.
The LRD is going on a extended trip somewhere. He doesn't make any raids this turn.
Does the other one come back in a game turn, or does he come back? When does he come back?
Not for a very long time, and it's not automatic.
Oh, okay.
We have to sacrifice some armored cars.
Oh, sweetness. That was a good loss for us then, because those armored cars are tough.
Yeah, I think it's something like 4 turns or 8 operation stages, or a really long time.
Okay.
Long enough that I forgot it and just said it's not gonna. I don't have to think about that for a long time.
What is today? It's 1941 October?
No, it's April 20, around what, April 30th, April 29th?
So it's April 1941, correct?
Yeah, late April. Not quite that late. Next turn will be the last week of April.
Okay, let me roll for this, because I got to roll for the next supply. 2.
Oh, wait a second. This is interesting. Pilot Marseille arrived last turn.
Yeah,
So
he's a fighter. Pilot.
Is he German or Italian?
He's German. He's a legend down there. He got killed when his plane was damaged, and he flipped his Messerschmitts. The 109s can be hard to jump out of, and so he thought he'd be smart. And what he did was he flipped it over on its back, and then he opened up the canopy and was just going to drop out. And he did that. When he came out, the tail hit him in the head, knocked him out, and they assumed that he was knocked out all the way to the ground.
Oh.
And that's how he died. He had one mission where he shot down, I think it was like 6 planes, and the total ammo expenditure was less than 20 rounds a plane or something. I mean, it was an incredible.
Wow. Is
Very
he like a
interesting guy
plus? What is he, a plus something 5?
Plus 6.
6? Wow.
Yeah, he's no schlub.
Wow. So, Clay, make sure you assign him appropriately.
I would put him in like a CR-32 if you can find one for the Germans.
Well, maybe a G50. Those are pretty hot. Maybe a captured Gloucester.
There you go.
Yeah,
How about a glider? Just put him in a glider and just toss
A
him.
Luger, yeah. You still get the positive ratio.
He apparently was an expert deflection shot guy. So the Allies who were fighting against him he had bad angles, and they thought they were safe. And he wasn't good at that. He was real good at that. And so That was his claim to fame, was deflection shot. As my wife would say, more worthless information.
Built a 109 model when I was in college. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Better what?
It's a neat plane.
Got a neighbor of one of my clients has a T-34-85 Russian tank.
No way. Wow.
Yeah.
World War II, Korean War vintage?
Yeah, exactly. His is, I think it's World War II one, but yeah, that vintage, you're absolutely right.
Wow. The tank that won the war.
Pretty much.
No, I think the Tiger won the war.
Well said. Well said. Those King Tigers helped a lot more too.
Yeah. Tim, can you I had secret questions for you.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I do know I remember in Squad Leader enjoying having T-34s as the Russian player.
Yeah, it was a nasty surprise for the Germans.
It was a nasty surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I like those KV2.
KV1,
KV1s. Yeah. Which one had the big turret? The KV1?
They look like great big squares sitting on top of them. Yeah,
almost indestructible.
KV2 is the next. They couldn't even penetrate those when they first ran into them.
There's some crazy stories about them.
Yeah.
I heard they had to be at like 100 meters.
I heard there was one, it was like at a road crossing up near, say, up by Leningrad. And for days it just stood there, the tracks blown off and what have you, but they couldn't do anything to knock it out.
Right, yep. And there's a similar story on Operation Market Garden with, it was one of the German...
elephants or something?
Yes, it wasn't the Elephant, but it was another anti-tank tank. What do you call those again?
Jag Panther?
Tank destroyers, yeah. So it sat at the end. This is after they had crossed at Nijmegen and they were on their way to Arnhem. Literally, one tank held up the entire division for like a day.
I was reading about one of the, I don't know, if he a colonel or whatever his rank would be, that was in charge of one of those big Jag Panthers, maybe elephants, kind of the bulge time. And apparently they were literally invulnerable to direct fire in the front. But the crews had such little training that they would panic and they would, instead of just backing out where they'd be, completely safe, they would panic and turn around and then they would get shot. Just sort of a tragic lack of sort of any time to train anybody that was left, I guess.
There's a series on, what's the, I don't watch that much TV, but what's Netflix? And it's, I forget what the name of it is, but it's these stories of all these guys that are in World War II. And one of them is this British tank commander. And he's talking about this is after D-Day, and they're chasing the Germans, and they're up on a ridge, and there's one lone German Tiger, I think it was, back down on the thing, and they're popping up, firing at him, and then going back down and they couldn't do anything. They knew they were just bouncing. They were hitting them all the time, but it was just bouncing off. And what was happening is the Tiger would sit back, wait, would fire. And then he would put it in reverse and he would back up until he was ready to fire again. And so he was just doing this slow retreat. And what ended up happening is the driver ended up putting the tank into a shell crater. And as that Tiger popped down, as the back end was going into the shell crater, the belly showed, and they fired at him right then, and that's how they knocked him out. But otherwise, it was just a ping pong ball hitting him. But then they knocked the guys out, and then he goes about and he says, "Yeah, the guys were pouring out. We were so pissed at him, we just kept shooting at him." You know, but it's a really series. But
isn't that the same tank commander that was guarding the bank in Kelly's Heroes? I love that movie.
Okay, I'm done, Norman.
Yeah, I'm all done.
All right.
Hey, Norman.
Yes.
Norman, I got a technical question. I made a change to some ammo. It's the last one I did on one of our dumps, and I put in how much ammo I was taking out as opposed to subtracting it. And I'm looking to see what the number was prior to my change. How do you tell?
If you right-click on it, the cell,
Yeah.
and there's a show edit history.
Well, hang on. Let me go back to where I was.
This was MRSA, right? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
You're right. Yeah, it was MRSA. I put in 22 for the ammo, and that's not what's in there. That's what I use.
All right. It was 50.
Okay, so now it's 28.
Yes. And
There we go.
Tim took that 22. So,
I already took.
but I'll fix it.
Okay.
I think that's all good though.
Thank you.
All right, what was it?
Hey, Norman, we talked about you taking some heavy trucks from Tobruk. Did you take it from convoy 10 or 9?
I'm pretty sure I took it from 10.
Okay.
Oh no! I took it from. Oh yeah, definitely not 9. 9 is the ones that aren't like the ones that I just repaired.
Just
this turn.
repaired. Got it. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. I thought I took it from 10, but 10 still shows that there's 10 in there.
Yeah, I'll take it out.
Okay.
I thought that was the case. So. Okay.
Hey, fellas, I'm writing to you guys.
Thanks.
I know. That's what I was thinking. We have a secret admirer, Mike. It's Rommel.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'll make you the same offer, Clay. You can come over to the good side.
I will never betray my country. Okay. So that's what I have, fellas.
Okay. Do you want me to write what I have as well back, or?
Yeah, you can. I'm just letting you know that's available, and
Does that include what you have?
that's what I'm taking care of.
Is that for continental or strategic?
Yeah.
If that question makes sense. Okay. Thank you. I'm just totaling up. You guys can go ahead. I'm just totaling up some airplanes for what we're coming up next.
No,
That's
we're
exactly
good.
right.
We're just waiting on if we're going to be attacked or not.
We don't have a choice. We are adjacent to you. So
You could retreat. It's totally legitimate.
we are adjacent to you. So let's have fun with Rommel.
I knew that was going to happen.
Okay. So, 9th Australian, we have plotted our artillery.
All right, let me do mine. Hold on for a minute, guys.
Hey, can I send you just a quick note, Clay, as you're calculating that?
Mhm.
I just sent it.
Okay. Let's figure this out. Um, you are in rough, correct?
Rough, yes.
Okay. I got mine set. I'm going to be in forward position, Tim.
Okay.
I have 10.5, which is going to be down to, let me get out the chart. So 10.5 goes to 11. It's a 105. I meant divided by
Yeah.
10. It's 11
Yep.
down to 9 to 10. So I'm on the 9 to 10 column, and I'll go after an infantry unit.
Okay.
45. Pinned an infantry unit,
Okay.
and we'll go after your trucks. 54. Just
Okay.
missed.
Yep. And we have 9 net. Go after guns.
21.
That misses. And trucks. 56. That gets 1 truck.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you have 9 battalions?
Hold on. Let me check right now for you, Tim.
4.
Infantry battalions, right?
No, it's all battalions. I have 1, I have 2. Yes, you're good.
Yep, that's a holding off barrage. And that's it.
All right, a retreat after before close assault.
No, that was a holding off barrage.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Okay. We're done with our attacks. So, just confirming Commonwealth, we're done with our turn?
Was that a question? I mean,
Yep.
I don't have anything, so.
Gun units do not count. Good. Anyway, doesn't matter. We held off Rommel. Okay. Congratulations, guys. Game turn 30.
Ooh.
Turn 30. Look at all those reinforcements. Okay. All right, fellas, turn 30. You want to roll for initiative? See who gets it?
Go for it, Jeff. The 1 die 6.
4.
Oh, wait, well, hold on. You have to roll first to see if Rommel stays in country.
Yes.
Because if he leaves, then our roll is adjusted.
All right, I'll roll.
It's 2d6. 2d6, I believe. But let me double check.
All right, I rolled a 2 or a 53. It's one of the two.
Rommel.
I'm pretty sure it's 2d6. You're right. So.
You remember what the table was, though?
No, but I'm almost. It's only a 1 in like 36 chance. It wasn't.
I think it's like a 12, yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Other charts. Rommel getting laid. Rommel getting laid chart. Where's that? Great. No. Let's see what's
But
that.
it's not even a chart, but it's just in the Rommel rule.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
If he rolls a 12, Rommel is in Germany and the Axis initiative falls to 3.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
no change there. So you have a 7. Sorry, no. Well, whatever. And so you guys rolled a 4. We rolled a 4. You have initiative.
Nice. Although I don't know if you would have flipped this on. I don't think you would have flipped it on us anyway. Who knows?
All right, so strategic air planning. So we're going to separate our planes for land and for strategic.
Can we do a little breakout?
What's that?
We do the breakout? Okay.
I think
Yeah,
it's set up
room
that
should be open.
Hello?
here.
Hey, Jeff. Okay. I'm trying to total up my planes, right? I gotta grab a piece of paper. I'll be back. I'm back.
Okay.
So you want to do the strategic first? Okay.
Yes. So looking at the strategic commitment chart, the one we can use is either level 1, level 2, or level 4. We already used up level 3. And that chart is 44.41.
I think we should not necessarily blow ourselves out, because I think we're going to need some air later.
So we can, if level 1 is unlimited,
What does that mean?
meaning that we can use it forever and ever and ever.
Oh, okay.
You
So
get
maybe
less,
2.
You'll get less planes. 2, we can use it 6 times. So let's do 2. So if we're on level 2, there's a good chance that we can get 100% and 100%. So whatever we bring in, we can match.
All right, let's start talking about what I'm going to bring to the strategic game. I have 8 SM-79s. I have 6 CR-42s. That's for the convoy, though. That's still worthy. Okay, so there we go. I've got 12 G50s, again for the convoy.
Yeah, we only care about bombers. How many bombers do you have?
And I've got 8 SM-79s. Unless you gave me some new bombers in the new stuff. You know, the stuff we get at the beginning of our turn.
That time in the very beginning, we gave out the planes, which was exactly the same as last time, and I'll go through that with you.
Okay. Because it's a new allotment this turn, right?
It was 4 SM-79s.
Okay.
So it started like this. It started with 1 CR-42, 1 C-200, 6 G-50, 1 BA-65, 3 BR-20s, 3 RO-37, and 4 SM-79.
So 8 SM-79s or just 4?
4.
Okay.
Because I read it all.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
So that's
Okay. So this, I'm actually bringing 12 SM-79s. I'm bringing 6 CR-42s. I'm bringing 18 G-50s. But that's all for, I'm sorry, that's all for the yeah, so it's just 12 SM-79s from Malta.
now what I'm showing that I have in Sicily is 12 JU-88s.
I could bring an additional 5 SM-79s if you want me to.
How many?
Or I can use
that'll be 17.
Or I can use them to bomb North Africa. You know what I mean? That's the alternative.
I will use it for North Africa.
Okay, then save that one. Save those 5 back then. So just the
12.
12.
Okay, we can go back in. We can roll in front of them to see how
That's
many.
12 a pop. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we'll do is spread them out on each airfield. There's 1,
And
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 airfields.
Don't make them even though.
No,
Stack
I'm
a
not.
couple up. Yeah. Play with their heads.
We'll put them on each one, but the ones we're going to go after is the ones that have the damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Love the attitude. Yep. Yep.
All right, guys.
Got it. Thank you. See you later.
Yo,
Okay,
We're
fellas. Mitch is going to drop down the planes. And then you guys have to drop your, figure out where you're going to attack. Now,
when you say
some might be dummies, some might not be dummies. We're just going to lay down where we're going to designate our planes. but we know where
Oh,
they're
you're
actually going and where they're not going.
By
Oh,
use of the
okay.
word dummy, realize there has to be at least one plane, or otherwise it can't be a marker. But you won't necessarily know which hexes we're going at, stronger or weaker.
That's fine.
Into the cloning.
Hang on a second. Let me do one before you start plotting. Let me do one thing. I want to. All right. Oh. And I don't know anything about these missions, right? In other words, I don't know. I have no inkling of how many planes are in each.
Nope. You just know that by the markers, there's at least one German and one Italian plane in each hex.
Okay.
That would be our minimum commitment to put a counter on the board.
Okay.
Like
And I
that.
can, I can split up my planes irrespective of squadrons. So if I've got 20 out of 2 squadrons, I can go 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, right? 4, 5.
Fours, but yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hold on, let me double check. Yeah, that's right. I got it.
Certainly can. Okay.
I'm going to send you a quick note, Clay.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, Jeff? I don't think you.
I don't think they're in range.
From where?
I'm right into you.
Yeah.
Oh, and we also need to do our roll for the percentages.
I'm writing back. How do you spell that?
Let's see.
Oh, I got it. Never mind.
Okay.
I misunderstood.
Yeah,
Sorry.
those distances are not to scale.
No, I was thinking about something else. I got a little mixed up.
Oh, right. Yep.
So we're up here in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we set our planes, Mike.
Yeah, I see that. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to interfere, so just go ahead and bomb away.
Okay, Jeff. I mean, Itch. You have
Okay.
just wherever we're bombing, he's going to check for AA fire.
Okay.
So which one you want to start with first?
That's your call.
No, I'm talking to Mitch. Which one do you want to
Well,
start
let's
with
start.
first?
Let's go left. Let's just go left to right.
Yeah.
So we're talking Takili?
Yep. No flak. What's your?
Clay?
I don't have your bombing thing.
Oh,
This is you're doing SM79s.
oh, aren't you? Didn't you? We have to do the first roll where we have the percentage of planes that we get from the continent to add to our forest, right?
That's right. That's right. Here
So,
we go.
sorry, just want to go through the things. Yeah. So,
Yeah, we haven't done that. Fellas, we have to roll to see how many planes are coming in.
Right.
and we're rolling on 2.
We're using level 2 because we already used up level 3. So 2d6
Wow.
is 9.
50 and 25. No, I'm sorry, 25 and 25.
Yes. So
So that's we're gonna have to adjust our numbers, aren't we?
correct.
What was your
limit-
total?
What do you mean?
What's that?
Oh, because I think we wrote down anticipating not this bad of a roll.
Oh,
Because it limits how many planes you can fly that you actually have, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. And,
that's
so we're gonna have to recalculate here real quick. So just to be clear, that's 4 SM79s that I bring to the party.
Don't need to do that, man. You should tell them to. We'll fly the planes we feel like.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's 8. We bring 8 SM79s to the party because there's 25 and 25. How many planes did you bring, Clay?
I didn't bring any.
Oh, you didn't bring any.
I brought
There were
0.
Oh, there's no German bombers then.
And no, there isn't. There is not.
Ah,
You
okay.
just put that down for the.
Oh, we have to. No, we'd have to have one. We'd have to have one to put the counter on the board. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Okay. All right. Since we have 8, there's going to be 1 on Luca, 1 on Far. Hall Far, and then there's going to be 4 on Safi, and
Oh, you can do 3
How many
and
is that?
3. Do 3 and 3,
3.
and 1 and 1.
Okay, 3 on Tequila, 3 on Safi, 2 on 1 on Luca, and 1 on Far. And so this one actually doesn't need it. Okay,
Correct. So that's
Yeah.
8.
all right, which is not going to be a big time roll.
what does that mean? I'm not following it here.
Oh, my air bombardment's going to be on a low table.
Oh, I see. That's fine. All right, so let's start with, I guess, Tequila.
All right, so if I roll a 63 or higher, something happens. No, close.
63.
Oh, sorry, no, that was a 3er, so that was 36. That actually is 1.
Oh, shit. So you hit Tequila for 1?
Yeah, so I'll just increase that marker.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Now this is a single. Yeah, Luca is a single. Now I need this 63. No. Now this one is a 36, so we're on the...
Sophia.
I'm sorry. At Luca, I had 25 flak points.
Okay, go ahead and shoot.
So, yeah. Where's that flak table at?
Sure.
Cards. Here it is. Okay. So 2 dice. 54. I have 25. I destroy 1, so you don't even get to shoot that guy, right?
So 1, 2, 3, it's a continental plane. 4 and higher, it's one of mine. So it's one of mine. No, lovely.
Oh, roll for it. Oh, no, you don't get to roll for recovery on flak. That's right. Or bomb.
Now Safi, again on the 36 table. 54. Not quite enough.
All right.
And then the last one is a single. No effect. Unless you have some
Yep.
Joseph Flack and Hull Far.
Nope.
Okay.
We've missed
So the
with the 3 bombers.
You found my that Luca.
So Luca had the Flack. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
And that wasn't fun.
Usually we bring a lot more heat.
Well, and and usually you do. I thought it looks like we're both alternating the same. We're both zigging at the same time. All right.
Okay, so now we're done with that strategic Malta. Let's jump down
Yep.
to naval convoy.
Right.
I already have everything designated, so you want to do recon to see if you can find us?
Yep, I'm going to, and I've got 4. I've got 8 planes flying recon. Is that right? Yeah, I've got 8 planes flying recon.
Okay.
Right? Am I reading that right? 8 plus. I need a 66.
You got? Is there only one route that they take now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Still only going up that first one. So, does everybody agree with that? I mean, I'll roll the dice if you want. But.
Yeah, roll the dice. I'm not sure when that changes over, Norman. That route.
I don't think it's for long.
Well, 14. I've got all the way down to 2 planes. So, whatever I'm at, I think I've spotted you. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I've got 8 planes going in. There's the roll.
Yes, so you spotted us.
Yeah.
And now, are you sending anyone to attack us?
Yes.
Okay.
Do have some cover for you.
Yes, I definitely have cover. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. So I've got 7 Wellingtons, 2 Swordfish, and 28 Hurricanes.
Oh,
Oops.
ouch. Well, that's going to hurt, isn't it? I guess I can abort. But wait a second. No, we need to protect our shipping at all costs, right? What do you think, Clay?
We're pretty good. If you don't want to injure the planes,
I mean, I'm just afraid he's going to shoot us all down. You know what I mean?
I can do some damage on
forget-
these Wellingtons.
You're getting
We'll see how
a
that-
discount, guy.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you're getting. I see you're getting a discount on this because you're getting planes from the mainland too. So, I don't know. I'm just pointing out that you get planes that are not your planes to mix in with it.
No,
So
not
you're
here.
giving
Today.
that up. Oh, you're
Not
not?
here.
No,
that's not how
we can't do mainland planes.
Oh,
Or else,
Yeah,
okay.
or else we
the
would
extra
have
planes are only for bombers.
1,000 planes coming after you.
Well, that case, you need to abort.
So it would be 18 against, you said 28.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably lose 6. And that would leave me 12. And what would that 12 then, it wouldn't be enough. How does that work?
You have to have over my fighters to get in. You're not.
You're not going to get in to get to his
I'm not
bombers.
going to get it. I'm not going to get in, am
And
I?
he'll shoot you down because he'll put
Okay.
like 3 planes on every one of your planes.
Yeah.
More.
Now, one.
Yeah.
That'd be one.
Okay. We'll say we'll fight another day.
Okay. I'm disappointed. All right.
Maybe next month or next week we can bring some ME 109s to stir it up a little bit.
Bueno. All right. So what's next?
But wait.
What?
I guess not. I was thinking his fighters are on offensive cap, but I guess they're on convoy escort, which is different, huh?
No, I see you're saying that we can't. You can't. If we're offensive, we can't.
Clay, I actually have 25 planes. I got 18 G50s. I got 6 CR-42s, and I got 1 really terrible C-200. By miracle of miracle, I could maybe, I don't know, but he's gonna be he's got the house stacked against me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We already called out the planes we were coming in with, so just abort, and we'll pre-plan next time. Maybe we'll bring in Jeff's planes and have it in Sicily, and we got other planes coming in, reinforcements. So we'll be ready for Michael next time.
That sounds like a plan.
Good news is, look, I've got less bombers than you have fighters, so it's, your flak is differently than anything else. So
I think they are on offensive cap, because if you look at the aircraft mission summary 39.5, it's offensive cap over Axis naval convoys.
Oh,
which do I have to fight?
Then you have to fight.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Good call, Norman. Don't hold it. Yeah.
Man, you guys ought to pay Norman to be sick. Don't come.
We need to get air superiority here, man.
Yeah, no shit. All right, well, fine. Let's do this then. Okay. All right, you want to line up your planes?
Now he'll probably roll a bunch of kills just as karma for me.
So the way the plans go, the first one is the C-200.
Okay.
The next 6 are CR-42s.
Okay.
And the next 18 are G50s.
Times and 18 times G50s.
And I'm putting my pilots on here as appropriate.
Good. Then I can just, after you've done that, I'll just tell you where mine are.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just going to confirm how many 2s I have.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
24, 25. I only have 3 extra planes. All right.
Wow, you've killed a lot of my pilots, brother.
Yeah, no, that last time I did. I think Norm got some too, but that last time before last, I really did.
Yeah, it really hurts. Yeah, I was like, wow, where'd all my pilots go?
Yeah. If it had a fighter pilot in it worth of crap, he was probably going down. But man, I'm telling you, man, the flak is deadly in this game on these planes.
I don't have any 3s left in this bit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but you've killed all my 3s in that sector at least.
Well, that's good news. All right, we need something going right. So,
or some of these 2s have some kills, so let's see if I can get a few more.
All right, so you C-200 is a TAC Air and a 33, right? So
yep.
33.
And you are your Hurricane?
Yeah, Hurricane 1s, every single one of them.
And they are, what's their stats?
Hang on, I'm getting yours right now. So your G50 is a 325?
Yes. And my C-42 is a 340.
340. Really?
2. Never mind.
328.
328, sorry.
Yeah.
Norman.
All right.
Where did you read that thing? I read it one time, but I can't find it now about the voluntary, because I'm reading voluntary abort mission.
I read it on the 39.5 chart, aircraft mission summary.
Because I'm reading voluntary abort mission, and it says the 2 things, one has to do with non-fighters and one has to do with screening.
Right, but it says that if you have an offensive, look at the mission, offensive cap, you must attack.
That's where I read it from before. Okay. Continue, guys.
So the Hurricane is a 432.
432?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put...
Go ahead.
I'm going to put 2 of my non-ace pilots on that C-200. So let's just knock that one out.
Okay.
And then Let's get that over with. So that would be on air combat. There it is. Okay. All right. So your maneuver is -2. So that is that's only a 1 less for that. And now your plane's actually, dude, right? Because I'm 1 less on the maneuver, which gives you an adjustment of 1.
Okay.
And then
so that evens out the TAC air?
Exactly. No, you're 1 off on the TAC air. So I've got a +1, -1 on your guy.
Okay. Here's my roll.
All right. Yep.
Nope.
Okay. Where's the air-to-air shit?
You're looking for the 15.
Okay. Well, let me just roll. There's the first one, 21's a miss. There's the second one, 36's a miss.
All right. Now we got 6 CR-42s.
Right. And now on those guys, the 6 planes that are facing them are just standard Hurricanes. And then on the back of that, so my second group of planes, I'm going to put in some aces. And the aces that I'm going to put in are 3 2s and 3 1s.
2 2 2 1 1 1.
Yep, I'll do that.
All right. I'm going to shoot your non-ace plans since you've given me that info for a better chance.
Well, and those are the ones. I think I put those up front because that's the one I want you shooting at.
Yeah. So
I want to put my ace back, and I want to give you. You can shoot at the front ones all day long.
Your maneuver is what?
I'm a +1 maneuver and a +4. I'm sorry, +4 maneuver and a +1 air-to-air combat. So that gives me a total of +3 -3. That's the net.
What was your maneuver?
32.
And mine is a
28.
28. So it's
right.
Okay, I got you. Plus, I follow you now completely. So you're a +3
-3.
3. Yeah. Okay. And then it'll be then we'll have the pilots. Okay. So here I'll do my 6 rolls. Okay.
You're perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got 1.
-3 is the 12.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. I got none.
Right. All right.
Okay.
So here's my +3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But the middle one got shot down. The third one.
Right. That, which is one of my 2 pilots, so he doesn't get to fire. All right. So now I've got 2 shots at +5, -5. Well, +5. So here's the 2 shots at +5. Miss, kill.
Okay.
All right. Then I've got 1s. That'd be +4 so +4. Here's the 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. All 3 of those miss. Okay.
Now the G50s.
Yeah. Now we're going to go to the G50. So you're a 325. I've got +1 on the TAC air, and the maneuver is a +7. So it's still a 2. So basically, I've got a +3 -3 basic there as well.
Okay.
And you
I've allocated my pilots. Have you allocated your pilots?
Well, hang on a second. I got to calculate how many I have left because I've used 14, so I only have 14. You know what? I have to back off 4 someplace. No, I didn't use. I only used 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So I've got 15. I still have to back off 3. All right. How do you want to handle that? Because I misappropriated 3 of those planes. You want to take back one of the kills?
Here's what I want to do. It won't make any difference, but I want you to just attack 14 planes. And 3 of my planes just don't have one on them. Since you've already rolled on the other side.
And that's, you know what? I'm okay with that. So let's just do that then. All right. So go ahead. You're the first one. So you're rolling.
I'll do 14 rolls. Here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll tell you which planes had the 2 pilots. That's 6, 7, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay, so just tell me what that boils out to.
All right, so let's see here. Whoops. Somebody stop doing what you're doing.
Oh, sorry.
Ace is on the front, so...
All right, so let's see if I had any that were close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th one is probably a good... The 6th one is a kill.
Yeah.
And that's the only one.
All right. I only have a 1 ace. Let's put him in the front plane.
Okay.
That's a +4. 43 is a miss, and then I'm going to have 13 +3s, right?
Okay, yeah.
And that's 22. So there's 1, 12, 13.
So I lost
got like 3.
2. Which one did you lose? You lost...
And I lost number 6.
Number 6, okay. All right. So
I killed number 2.
Number 2 went down. And number 4 went down.
And number 14 went down.
Got it. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. And now, but do me a favor. I need you to roll for pilot recovery or plane recovery on all these.
1, 2, 3. I got 1 in a plane. So I just
there you
lose
go.
2.
So you lost a
grand.
You lost a grand total of 5 planes.
Oh, right. Okay. That's right. I was just thinking about those. Those were the ones I just lost. Now the first 2.
2 more.
A pilot that isn't a pilot. Okay. Yeah.
All right. And then I'm going to roll for my 1 loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Both planes pilot. Damn.
Bugger.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to reduce my planes. You guys carry on with the next part.
All right. So the next part
is my AA. So
is your AA.
I have 26,000 tons, which is going to be a 26 on my flak. I'll fire twice, one for the shoot down, one for abort.
Right.
So here's for the shooting
now,
down.
Hold on.
Okay. Go ahead.
And we add all my planes because I've got torpedo planes and bombers coming in.
So
right?
you have 19, correct? Total?
No, I only have.
Oh, that's right. Some got.
I have 9. I got 9. No. I got 9 planes total.
Oh, 9.
I'm talking about bombers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only got 9 bombers.
All right. So there's no shift.
And okay.
All right, so I'm going to fire then. I guess you choose where it hits.
Yeah.
26 on the 26 is 1. So I shot down 1.
Yeah.
And let's say I made the abort. 53, 3 abort. So
okay.
1 was shot down and 3 aborted. So you have 5 left coming in.
9 minus 4 is 5. That's exactly right. Okay, and we'll just make them all bombers just to make it easy. Actually, let me ask you a question. Isn't there a modifier is it 50% of my planes are torpedoes, or is it 25? You remember?
I do not.
I think it's on the chart. The
bombardment chart. Air bombardment.
Maybe it might not be. Under A, the footnote. Yeah. It's the footnotes, the last sentence. If at least 50% of the planes attacking an Axis naval convoy are armed with torpedoes, increase the bomb points by 25%.
Okay. And so I've got 5. Let me ask you a question. Can I voluntarily abort 1 plane?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do that. So I'll attack you with 4 planes.
Gotcha.
After
So I'm
air to
gonna have-
air.
No, you cannot involuntarily send something off once you started.
Well, you would have made that decision before the battle started.
Let's make sure of that,
Oh.
fellas. Hold on.
I don't know.
That's a good, yeah.
Oh, got a point about the flak. Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe somebody got scared.
Well, no, after the battle started kind of thing.
Yeah. No,
So
I
it says
understand
39.31. No mission may be voluntarily aborted once some action, be it bombing, strafing, or even air-to-air combat, has taken place.
Done. Okay. So in that case, I'm not. In that case, I'll have 5 bombers coming in then. And so let's see what those are. Those are Wellingtons.
Which ones, the Mark 1s or the Mark 4s?
That's a technical question. They are Wellington Mark 1s.
And are they in the short or long range?
I think I'm in the short range. And the reason being is I think you're less than 108. I think you're down to yeah, you have to because my fighters can make it in. So absolutely short range.
Okay.
So they're 23s. So that's 115 bomb points.
Okay.
Does that do anything?
Would you
Issue
roll?
on the
Would you roll?
I haven't rolled anything.
Oh, so
Access on boys. There we go. So I'm on 115. I need 23 at least to do something, right? 16. Yeah. So that's a 0.
beautiful, Michael. I love.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love the way you bomb.
I love the way I
the way that these
That's
charts usually read at 16, I thought it was going to be devastating. Okay. Wow.
They were lost in the clouds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spear torpedo porpoise. All right, cool. Well, so much for
Well, that was a lot of rigmarole to get to nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I think that's the fastest
all right.
we've done the air war.
net cost, and I got some holes in my runways. So
Okay. Next thing is stores expenditure. Mark your units. Stores expended.
yeah,
Real quick, did you roll also for the torpedo attack?
no, I aborted those guys.
No, it's combined against the naval fleet.
Yeah, but no torpedo planes made it in.
Oh, okay.
So I lost 1 torpedo plane to being shot down, 1 to being aborted. That took care of both of those guys.
Okay. That's all I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thank-
Operation Stage 1. We're going to go first.
Oh, we have to do initiative. We've already done initiative. Sorry. Yeah, we're going to go first.
Weather. Want to roll for weather?
Sure. Is it 1 or 2? It's 1?
It's 2.
That's bad.
We're turn 30.
30.
66. That is rainstorm, and you got to roll again.
No, I rolled a 46. Unless Norman was rolling.
Nope. That's something else.
I did a
Use
46.
the rain.
46 word hot. It's
Hot.
actually maybe worse.
That's
That's
worse.
even worse.
Oh, that's terrible.
The rain hurts them. The hot hurts us.
Yep.
Weather, hot. And then we got to take away, what do you call it again? Water and stuff like that, and fuel is going to be eliminated.
Yeah, that's
Hot.
Yeah.
Vapor. I got to go through all our supplies and eliminate.
yep.
Is this for evaporation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, not evaporation, extra hotness.
Oh. Wow.
Question, fellas. The fuel inside the trucks, not carrying, but in the tank, in the gas tank, do they evaporate?
No.
I'd say no.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't been doing that. And
I think
and if
that's it's a go ahead, Norman.
I was just saying, like, if not, then we should house rule that it doesn't, just because it's such a large amount of tedious manipulation for a minor effect. But
Correct.
I don't think it applies to the tanks.
I think the rules are expressly that it doesn't apply to the gas in the tanks.
All right. Okay, so that's done. We did weather. Now we're on organization phase. All right, everyone mark that we lost water. We expended water.
Yep.
And construction, attrition, everyone's been fed, so there's no attrition for us. Training. All right, let me fix, because we've been doing construction over here on this in Benghazi.
Hey, I just want to confirm reinforcement airplanes are coming in needing to be refitted, correct?
We've been playing the other way. That all new material is ready to go.
Yeah. Well, which way do you want to play? I'm okay either way.
That's fine. So they do not need to be refitted.
No, they just they don't need. They're ready to go.
Yeah. In that case, so my planes that show up in Alexandria or Cairo are ready to fly. All right, got it. Okay.
Also, Mike, I don't know if you've already done it, but sometime between game turns 27 and 30, one fighter squadron has to be withdrawn. That's from the Commonwealth Air Force Reinforcement Squadron. So it could be like the third op stage of this game turn, but just...
Okay, I've already got one picked out, so I'm okay with that.
Sounds good.
I like the Italian one to go.
Well, we can capture.
I thought you would have taken the Ju-88s, but I don't know. You know, what do I know?
Not a fighter.
Chris, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. I'm writing you a text.
All right.
You missed the air strategic war is all you missed.
It must have been a hell of a war because that was an hour and a half.
And I think that was the fastest we've done it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, we did some stuff first too.
True that. The British didn't move much. They did a holding off barrage against Rommel.
All right, you got it, Clay.
I also sent you one more.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
Chris,
so
let me
again,
send you a note as well, so you know what I did for you.
Reinforcements. Let's bring on reinforcements. I know there's a ton.
Oh, let's see, what do we got up here? Oh, a little bit.
Also,
coming over.
While you're doing that, I got to bring in trucks that were for that we build. Let me just get to the truck. Have the access.
All right, am I doing this right now? Are we in that stage? We're in the construction stage?
Yes, we are.
All right. All right, I don't have any. Clay, do you have a note for how much like stores and water and ammo the 102 has?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let's see if I can get you in there.
Oh, and just a reminder, because it is hot weather, all construction sites require an additional water. So anywhere you're doing construction, 10 water.
Even if it doesn't usually take 10 water?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Say that again.
It's all construction sites, this applies to both of us, require 10 water or they don't get credit for the construction taking place this term.
Okay.
Due to hot weather.
Let me expend 10 water.
24.21 in the construction rules. And breakdown is 1 to the right for everybody.
That I remember.
Yep. I figured I'd remind folks. And myself.
I remember that was being brutal for us. Benghazi. What do we have here?
Does it cost extra water to move our stuff?
No, you just have to pay that 5%, I think.
Okay.
I don't think it's 5%, whatever percentage it is.
So let me fix these trucks that we're bringing on.
Hot. Yeah, it is 5%.
And I already applied that to our side.
However, do not count the water. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, during hot weather, water requirements for all units are doubled.
Okay.
So it doubles all water requirements, Mitch.
Okay, so if you want to move vehicles, you got to pay a double water cost.
Yeah. And when you drink your water for your units, and you got to use 2 waters for each one of your pastas.
I don't eat pasta.
That's only once a game turn, so that doesn't apply.
We're the keto Italians.
Oh, but this is the game turn, so all the Italians get to spend extra water.
Exactly. And before they can get their noodles soft, it evaporates away.
That's okay. We'll let it evaporate.
Hey, Mitch,
I like
Yes?
eat noodles.
can I assign more planes to a squadron and just not have them operative at all? Or am I limited to the total number in reserve?
You're limited to the total number.
Okay.
And some of the reserved ones you can't fly. They're just
Right.
like,
I know I couldn't fly very well. I was wondering if I could.
You can't assign any more than
Okay.
the ready plus reserve.
Right.
Well, I'm just making sure I got enough water for people.
Hey,
You
Norm?
should. When you were feeding off of the wells.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just double checking.
Hey, Norm, where do I put the airplanes that are at I guess I've just put them at the facility, but I don't assign them to. In other words, their SGSU is at a different place than where they're coming in. So I can put them, let's say, in Alexandria, but let's just for grin say that they're is in El Adem. So I put the planes themselves in Alexandria with no SGSU assignment.
Yes.
Even because, okay, all right, that's what I'm going to do then. All right.
All right, I probably need to know, Clay, I'm assuming you brought the 27th food and stuff. Because I don't have any stores for them. Yeah.
Actually,
yes.
I brought it. Actually, I brought it to you, but yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mitch did.
Again,
fellas,
just to be twice.
Thank you for your service, Mitch.
So we don't forget, take some water from the wells.
Yes.
Oh yeah, well water.
We don't have this problem in Beer Tenegra.
Well, you had like 300 left over in Beer Tenga for last term, so I think you just had plenty.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
even
still
think you
there,
need
right?
to
It didn't disappear.
No, because you got
I'm
trucks to
start
put
with
it on.
Arietti. 5, and I got to roll to see if it's depleted. Arietti's depleted. So 5 is going to give us.
No problem. That rainstorm's coming any day now.
We needed it before. 5 is 350. And I need a depleted marker. Is there a depleted well marker?
There's one over here by me.
So we'll roll for here. In bars. 3. Benghazi, 4. You guys are good then, where you guys are?
I think so. Oh, the El Abiar's got to roll. Did you roll for that unit way down in the Gulf of Sidra?
I'm right now rolling over here.
Okay, you're close to where I was.
5, gonna see. Nope, we're good. So 5.
He's on a supply depot. I think there's a ton of water there.
No, I'm filling up our supply depot right now.
There you
actually. Go. So we're good there. And we have a lot of trucks in that who I'm gonna roll for these guys down here, Mitch.
Mm-hmm. Right.
3.
And refill that depot too.
That depot has in there.
Yeah, so now it's got a boatload.
It does.
Where's our rule? There's unlimited water in depots. I can't remember.
Nope.
Okay.
Major cities.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
And railroad pipes. You don't care.
That is it along the coast. I don't know if Jeff, you want to roll for the 17 POV? They're on a village. They're in a village.
Oh, they are. That's right. Oh, where's the chart? Is that a?
Oh, so you rolled a 4?
It's 52.7, right? It's
Yes.
300. Nice.
So whatever water that we're supposed to expend, this just double it, and that's how much we're expending. And so if you got replenished by the well, you're good to go. If not, hopefully your trucks are carrying water.
All right.
Okay. I think we completed what we needed to complete.
Yeah, just Clay, I just need to know what that 102.
I sent you I made you part of that first line truck. Did you get that for Google?
I don't.
Google spreadsheet. In there's different divisions. One of them is your division.
Oh, I see a new spreadsheet. Okay, I see it.
You see the 102 in there?
I'm still opening. I see 102. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to take that info and put it on my own.
The yellow, the highlighted yellow is those are the points, the fuel points, ammo points, and so on and so forth. The number underneath it is the actual trucks carrying it.
Okay.
Hey, Clay.
Yes.
Maybe sometime during the next week I could transfer all of my units over to your spreadsheet so that I'm all on the same thing with you guys. if that makes sense.
That can work.
So you can see what I got going on as well, and that just might make sense. And then you can just see what my supply situation is.
Okay, fellas, we're done with that. I already did the tactical shipment. I'm dropping off our supplies in Tripoli. Commonwealth, you guys can do your fleet if you want to. Are you there?
Yes,
Oh.
I'm trying to scroll on the map.
Is that within range?
Wave to that's the limit of their range.
That is the limit, or is it 1 hex back?
No, that's
that's
the limit. Yeah.
Oh, if that was the
24,
limit,
yeah.
I would have stayed back one more hex.
Well, we would have dug them up.
I'm joking.
And like all these guys can hit that hex, and the heavy cruiser and the battleship can hit like 1 hex away, but at half firepower.
I did do different silhouettes for the different classes of ships.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's some.
It's a half-inch counter. There's not a lot of room.
So you wrote that you sent me stores. I mean,
Yes.
not stores, ammo. I
Yes.
don't see stores in there.
Oh, you have those are the stores you just ate.
Oh, so you sent me enough to eat.
Yes, Clay and I worked out the exact number you needed.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
And then I sent you some ammo with the
Yes,
leftover
I see the
trucks that I
ammo.
had.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And then I also sent you some water.
I do see it.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll come in handy if you need to. Although I think we're gonna.
Now, do we still have those trucks, or?
Yeah, they're with you. They're with you now. And if you want to know, I'll get you the number of trucks it is.
Yes, because right now Chris has trucks that were assigned to him. So if you're giving him more trucks, he's going to add that to his spreadsheet.
Yep. You want me to give you those numbers right now in a text, Chris?
Yep.
All right. Give me just a second.
So did you give me 10 extra stores to build a supply dump with
Nope.
the 27th?
Nope. Sorry. Didn't even think about that.
Womp womp. So we don't have a supply dump yet.
I was gone. Sam, are you there?
Yep. Oh, okay. For some reason I couldn't see the phone.
Oh, I may have done something because I'm punching some. I'm looking for some spreadsheets, and I may have killed some. I may have killed myself out. So I'll get back in. Am I back in?
You're here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mitch directed me to a not an order of battle, but a sequence of play, an outstanding one. And I was looking, I saved it someplace, and now I can't find the damn thing.
Since you know, Chris.
Yep. Wow, that water was expensive right now. Let me check something.
Oh, that pasta.
No, for my fifth Panzer.
Okay, you're on the coast. There's lots of water.
I hope it's salty.
Okay, I just replenished myself. Okay.
So our water use is sort of quadrupled this turn, right?
Yes. By the way, let me hit this guy over here, which we forgot about him. 6, 2. So we're good. So he'll be fine.
Ooh, I got a unit that I'm going to have to be careful about moving if I want to push me over. I'll have to be careful there.
This guy here, 2. He's good as well.
Oh, actually, it's not too bad.
So Area 80 was 350. Let's check him for a minute. Area 80.
Oh, Clay captured a lot of boats up there.
53 times 2 is 106. 350.
Hello, sailor.
244. Okay. We're good. Yeah, you saw that? Rommel, they talked their way into the dock and capturing those ships.
Excellent work.
So we got some destroyers that can help us now. Some battleships. Are you guys attacking me with all these?
They're off the coast, watching. That's only a third of the fleet, too, kind of.
They want to see Rommel run through those Australians.
To be honest, it's a little unclear when we can attack.
I think it's just in the barrage phase.
Okay, just in the standard barrage phase. All right.
I think so. I'm assuming so. I haven't read anything contrary to that.
Yeah, because once you bring your ships there, we can attack it with our planes during the land combat.
Right.
Yeah, you can shoot them with your guns too.
The next phase.
Oh, yeah. There's one of these every operation stage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And once these guys, if they shoot, they got to go back and refit for like 3 operation stages.
2.
Something maybe.
Yes, but they're pretty potent.
They are not banned.
Okay, so you move them into place. Now we're gonna get into air. So we can set up our air missions, fellas. Everyone knows what planes they have, and
Can we go into a breakout room?
absolutely.
Oh, should I be refitting these too? They don't look refit from last time.
Yes.
Yeah,
So what have
do we have a
you flown?
Why don't we break out and do that real quick?
just quick? Yeah, I'll need a little guidance.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
Chris, Jeff,
Yep.
Yes,
Clay,
Preston.
I'm here.
good. I did all my refitting, although I should get you some costs of that at some point.
I did my refitting as well, and that's what I sent you guys. What is available to me?
Right.
Now,
So,
go ahead, Jeff.
sorry, my only question was, they did. What was my question? Oh yeah, so I've got 14 aircraft, but at what point? Because I've kind of lost track now. Like,
So-
at what point do I know how many are available to me? That's my question.
So they were transferred over.
Previously, so they were we were able to use some last. Oh no, the SGSU we were waiting on. That's right.
Yeah. So now you're in your new place, and so they're refitted. You just have to give them ammo and give them fuel.
Right, and then I can't use all 14, can I?
No, you can only use 12.
It's 12. That's right. That's what I thought.
So you have automatically have 2 are fit because they were already fit or something. I don't remember, but you couldn't use.
Yeah.
So you may not be rolling for everybody.
Let me just check my notes here. I got it here. Well, that's the thing with Tripolitania. We had a whole bunch were fit and unfit, but at Marawa, we didn't have because we didn't have the SGSU there, so they just sat.
Correct. And then you have an SGSU going to Barawa, correct?
They should be there now, right? Or are they still en route?
Oh, they're still en route.
Damn it.
That's kind of what I was asking about earlier. Was did we move our SGSUs?
No, we did not. I moved the other one. Where is that SGSU? By the
So
way,
this is
Mitch,
just
where is
one
it?
die I'm rolling for this.
Oh, they're on the organizational charts with units on the German, and it's the last tab.
Mitch, where is that
They
SGSU?
were
Under German, under organizational charts with units.
No. Where was that SGSU of
physically.
Jeff's?
Yeah.
Jeff had an SGSU that was in Tripolitania.
I haven't moved it. Yeah,
Tanya.
Yeah, maybe he should. I'll grab one.
One, two,
I don't think it was on the board.
3, 4.
Isn't there one the west side of the Gulf of Sidra there? There's underneath, but there's a bunch of SGSUs there.
Show me where.
How do you do that again? Like that? No.
Alt and left click.
Oh, Alt. Right next to that dot there.
Those are the Italian ones. You should have a German one. The German one in Bars is mine that I brought up.
Yeah.
You should be also.
I thought you had moved one up for
moved
me.
you.
Like he was en route. I'm gonna check up the coast. Are we missing? Is he in Benghazi already?
No, that's what I was mentioning earlier today. Is I didn't think you've been moving an SGSU forward at all.
What are the ones in Benina? Whose are those?
Those are mine.
Okay.
So, where is that? He should have been. Yeah, he should have been moved.
There's none in Benina as well.
Okay, this guy here, we're gonna move him.
So I have.
So last turn he should have moved here on that supply run.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can move 50 hexes on the road.
Well, he can't move now. He's going to have to
Okay.
move during a supply
Yeah.
turn
right.
op stage to this one. So he's going to be here. So we can get him, like Mitch is saying, we'll probably get him up to, we can reach Benghazi, right, Mitch?
And let's bring another one up too.
Oh, there is 2 in there. There is one
I just
in there.
put.
Oh,
Oh.
you just did that one?
Yeah.
I was like, am I losing my mind? I thought I saw
No, I
one.
just added it. I added that. So yeah, so they'll move now. Okay. Let's talk about what we have that we can bring to the African continent in various places, generally speaking. Jeff, what do you have?
In terms of
What kind of air assets?
I've got 14 in Tripolitania, so
Okay.
they're really out of range of anything useful. So we're going to move those this turn. So we just got to figure out where
Okay.
we want to put them.
I would move then 7 of them, transfer them, and the other 7, have them fly cap.
Okay.
Between
Benghazi
and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna put 16 CR-42s there. So you don't have to worry about cap between those 2 towns.
So I'll just move them all then?
Okay.
I would.
All right.
I got the cap covered there because I've got those CR-42s stuck in Ophelia,
All right.
and that's about as far as they can fly.
So where do we want to move these guys to? Do you want to kind of move them to? We had a couple thoughts last time. It was either El Abiar was one, which kind of puts them a bit more in the center of the map.
Oh, I thought we already put somebody in El Abiar. That's why I was bitching so much about getting a unit in there.
Is there anyone there? I don't see anyone.
I thought we flew a transformation into there.
Maybe.
I thought somebody did.
So, who's going to Benina?
So last turn, I moved 2 squadrons into Benina.
Okay, I see only 4 SGSUs.
Right, they're all Italian.
So hold on for a minute, Mitch. Chris, you have to get a German SGSU in that hex, correct?
2 of them.
Yeah, they're both German. Yep.
Okay, because of then, where is that SGSU for Chris?
I'm going to put another one there. There we go. I'm putting another one there. Okay. There's another one.
But Chris should have been further up his SGSU.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes.
So if they move 50, he's there.
All right, we'll talk to these fellas and let them know.
Okay. All right. I moved it there, but you want to let them know what we just did, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So that's a note. Okay, so those do a ready roll for those. You had 14 planes that flew, and so just it's a 1 die 6.
Was it me?
That's a good roll. And
2 is good. Yeah.
That's
It's
I think
80%.
Yep, there you go, 80%. So 8, and you round up if you're above the 0.5.
Oh, German squadron ground, add 1. So I guess that 2 turns into a 3.
Why would you do that?
It says modifiers on the bottom. German squadron ground support unit, add 1. Italian, add 2.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were a 0.
Jeff, you can move into Benina
All right, so I'll do 70%.
as well, Jeff.
Yeah.
I have.
I put it in there.
But why? Can I ask why not El Abiar? Just gives us a few extra hexes, or is that?
El Abiar.
I mean, it's close to Benina. It's just it gives you that extra kind of 4 or 5 hex reach.
Oh, the reason why I don't like that hex, by the way, guys, it's very hard to get supply there.
Yeah.
Oh, you said that before. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to go over those hills.
Yeah. I gotcha. All right, we'll move him to Benina then. Is there a stacking limit in a airfield?
6.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah, 6
So-
6
SGSU.
squadrons. Right.
So my other squadron that's there, do they not have an SGSU or do they use an Italian one?
Okay, let's back up then, because I don't want to send Jeff into that hex if you have another squadron. So,
Yeah, I had 2 in there.
So you have 2 SGSUs that are going there?
I'll put the second one in there now.
Okay,
So make a second roll.
3 goes to 4, 60%. Okay.
So you
There you
had
go.
2 sets of 14 planes, so a total of 28 planes. Am I correct
Well,
on that?
one of them had a lot of planes blown up in it, so I got one set of 14 and another set of 10.
Okay, so you have 2 SGSUs in Benina.
Correct.
Okay, so that's going to be 6 SGSUs. So you cannot go into that hex, Jeff. We need to find you another. How about Jeff?
Is Marara
How about
full?
down here, Jeff? Hold on, I'm gonna mark it down here. How about over here, Jeff?
Oh, down
We got
there.
room.
Okay.
From that one, you can put one SGSU there. From there, can you fly?
What's my range is pretty good in the BF-110s.
It's double for transfer missions.
Oh,
No,
for
I'm talking about
transfer,
for his missions once
regular.
he's in there.
So I'm 70 for as a fighter, but 57 as a bomber. So let's see.
Oh, so you'll be good. You can even reach maybe Tobruk from there.
Maybe, yeah. Certainly.
Each map is about 33 hexes across.
Okay, then yeah.
All right, so that's the spot because I have a supply dump right there by you.
Yeah, and I can certainly hit Tobruk for strafing runs or whatever, but I should be able to bomb them too.
All right,
57.
Then that's going to be the spot for you.
All right, cool.
There is one slot left in Bars.
Antilat. Okay.
So we've currently got 5 SGSUs in Bars.
There's one SGSU in, you were asking Marawa. I just have the one. I think I'm the only one.
All right.
What's it called? End? Lat?
So what I was showing, let's just be clear. Jeff had 3 squadrons of 14 each. Am I correct, Jeff?
2 squadrons.
And correct me if I'm not wrong, Chris. You had 3 squadrons?
I have 3 squadrons. 2 of them are fighters, and one of his bombers that are still in Tripolitania.
FW-200s?
Yep.
Okay. Jeff, you have 3 squadrons. You have 2 14s.
Yeah.
And you have one more 14 as well.
Okay.
A BF-110s.
All right. Christmas came early. And where's that 3rd squadron then?
It should be in Tripoli, Tripolitania.
Okay. Tripolitania. Okay. So
and
we could
Clay,
move them as well to Antilat. Sorry, Chris.
I was going to say
There
Clay,
are
at
German
some point,
limits on the number of planes on the continent. We want to take a look at that, Willis, maybe during the break.
No, these are the ones that came with the game, the scenario starting.
Right, but there's only a certain amount that could be on the African continent.
Isn't the SGSUs only based upon how many planes you have on the continent?
There's some scenario rules.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, we'll want to take a look. We don't have to look at it right this minute, but we want to make sure during the off time that we don't need to adjust or something.
Okay, we'll look at that. Chris, what were you going to say?
When we first started the game, I had some BF like 109s or something.
I have them now.
Okay, they're all yours.
Yeah,
okay.
I put them in Bars now.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we didn't just like forget about a whole squadron somewhere.
So in Benina and Bars, I've got 17 and 9. I got 26 fighters. And I also have available in some sort of sense 5 and 13 bombers available to us. Where do we want to bomb this turn?
Well, I want to break out the 9 Australia. I want to clear that road up in the north.
Okay, so make sure we get on the maximum table there.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you 5 for there. Okay,
I'll tell
that's
you what.
60. That's 60. I can give you 60.
I was bringing in I was going to bring in 12.
12 times 33.
Actually, it has to be 10. I don't think I can reach from Tripoli.
No, you're probably only going to be out there from Sicily.
Sicily, so it's 10. So I'm bringing in 10.
I guess we can look at the distance chart real quick. Air distance chart. Where are they flying from?
Sicily can make it.
Yeah.
It's Tripoli.
Tripoli to Benghazi is 88. And it's like 30 more. So that'd take you like to 115 or so.
Oh, I think I'm 118. Hold on. The JU88D.
I mean, I'm ballparking that distance a little bit, but we do a little more better calculation. So you're in row.
So 118 is my distance I can go.
27 to it's 30. It's 20. It's
36.
like 29.
It's 36.
36 from there to there?
I'm over. I can't make it from Tripoli.
Okay. All right. Then we're good there.
That's okay.
Maybe fly into Sicily.
I'm going to do 10. I'm going to do 10 planes out of Sicily.
Okay.
That would bomb that. So we'll hit that. And you're taking how many over there?
I can potentially bring 5, which is 60.
Okay. And then I will bring in, I'm going to bring in planes. I'm going to bring in escorts. 12 BF-109s as well to protect our bombers.
Okay. Are we doing any strafing, or are we doing anything like that?
I'm just bombing with the planes, and the other guys are going to be escorts.
And Chris, are you generally okay with kind of resting 27th breaths and kind of recovering?
Yeah, I think
this
so.
Turn?
I would like to. Yep.
All right. We're thinking about shoring up our supply line so that we look good.
Yeah, maybe we can put some cap over us over there.
We don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any.
No.
To give you. I mean, okay. I guess I could. I can give you. I take that back. I have.
I have. I don't know where we're pushing right now. Where my squadrons could help out.
Oh, I do. I actually have. Oh, sorry. I had a 10. What do I got?
While he's counting, Chris, you got your cohesion back up?
No, it sucks. My cohesion is giant because I had to split off some guys last time. So it's still up at does it go down naturally at all?
So when you stay a turn without moving, without doing anything, it goes up by 5.
Yeah, the problem is I didn't stay anywhere. I broke off the 19th, and that was enough to cause some CPA. So we're both still.
No, but that doesn't. There's nothing. There was no cost to break off.
Well, then
because we did it during the organizational stage.
I don't think so.
If you did it during the organizational phase, you don't waste the CP.
Yeah, we busted that unit out during the organizational phase.
You sure? Because I remember debating this while we were not in the organizational phase.
Oh, I thought we had already busted out the unit. We just talked about where. Okay.
No, we busted out somebody else.
Okay.
No, I think the 33rd was already busted out, and then after we made a bunch of moves, we were like, oh man, it looks like they can kind of walk in up there on us. And then we're like, okay, we'll break out the 19th, even though it fucks us. So we're still, we can still stand still this turn anyway,
Yeah, I was telling Mitch down there in the south, I need to get some supply roads. To you guys, and you guys can regroup and get a plan together.
I have 25 G50s that I can use as cap as needed. I could put some up on top of 17th Pav if you'd like. I could put some on top of around 27th Brev. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I got my squadrons too, but they might be better at trying to strafe somebody or bomb them. If we're fighting actively somewhere.
We're not fighting anywhere active in the center.
What do you want?
What do you want, Clay? I've got 25 G50s I can throw in the mix if you like.
Oh, you mean for cap?
Cap or strafe?
That's a good one. 25, huh? Why don't you do?
Do you want to put? Let me ask you. You want to put some cap on 17?
Yeah, let's get some cap on us in Rommel area. They're going to attack Rommel. They're not going to attack the guys behind us.
You don't think they're going to put any bombers on those units in the behind to slow them down?
Put 12 then on 17 POV.
Okay, I'll do 12 on 17, and I'll do 15 on you.
So I have 12 escorts.
Or 13.
I have 12 escorts with the bombers.
And I'm giving you 13, so that gives you 25.
And you got 13. But the 13 is cap, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's going on top of Rommel?
Yep.
Because my escorts are going just for it's gonna protect our bombers going in.
And I'm just not going to send any of my bombers out unless you want me to bomb 18th Australian, and with a fairly ineffective load.
Well, I got about 80. I got 84 points worth of bombing I can put somewhere, and then another 80 if I don't use the fighters as bombers.
Okay.
As cap.
Hit 9th Australian.
Okay.
We need to get them out of there. Whatever we think we got.
Everything? Okay.
Well, we're pretty high now. We're up in the. Are we at 470 yet?
Okay, let's do that. I have 10. So that's 300.
That's 330. And I brought 60, so that's 393.
Okay. And I can bring another 84 of just straight bombers.
Yeah, let them come in. Let them come with strafing.
471.
Let them come with strafing then.
Okay.
Oh, well, my bombers can't strafe. Those are the FW 200s. Those are the
Okay.
Those are nothing but bombers, and then I have 80 points worth of fighter bombers that could either cap or strafe something, or bomb. Actually, they're flexible. So I'll send those FW 200s with you. So whatever we're doing, that's on the 9th Australian, right? I'm going to put them as a target.
No, Mitch is saying we're not going to need the extra bombs. We're
okay.
We're good on bombing.
I thought you wanted to get it up to 400 something.
Aren't we? I had 333, and I think Mitch said he has 90 something.
So I have 90. I have a. What did I bring you? I'm bringing you 60. So that's you said.
Oh, so that's 393.
That's 393. Yeah.
So we would need another 80.
I got it. I got 84. That pushes that up to
okay.
477.
The maximum bomb. Love
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready to put their markers on the board?
Well, I got 2 more squadrons of either cap or escort or more strafing and bombing somewhere. They're very flexible.
Can they strafe the 9th?
Sure, why not?
Yes, strafe that 9th.
Okay. With both of them?
Yep.
I'll send all. Yeah. So that's 16 planes total. I can only send from 2 different squadrons. Is that like the max is 12 of them or something?
So you can only
12.
So each squadron you can only bring out 12 max.
Okay.
And
but so the 2 of them together would be one strafe of 6 and another strafe of 10. Then that's fine.
But it's remembered by number of planes, so you'll be on the 16 table.
All right.
We really limit it. We really cut that back.
Okay.
All right. Plans made. See you back in the main room, guys.
Does Jeff have any planes that want to go out, or you're good, Jeff?
Negative. No,
Okay.
because I have my SGSUs transferring, and then I'm just transferring. I'm rebasing one squadron.
Okay.
All right.
I'm rebasing. Hold it. Sorry, that second squadron you just gave me in Tripolitania. We actually haven't decided where to put that. Is that going to go to Antlet as well?
Okay, you have one going to. Where was that one going to?
Antlet. Did we?
No, you have one going to Marua. Marua.
Oh, sorry, the second one, Marawa. Yeah. Never mind. I'm all good. Don't worry about me.
Exactly.
Yeah, get that one out quick.
And then Antlet, I got it. We're good because I'm going to have 2 squadrons in Marawa, which is good.
Hold on. You can only have one in Marara
Oh.
until we upgrade it to an airbase.
Okay. So Plan B is to send it to
Down here. I said there was one down here, remember?
Yeah.
There's one
but
spot available in Bars.
How about we send him to Barst then, and he can always rebase to Marawa after.
Because we got 5 in Bars right now. I'm sorry, wait. Yeah, we do. Just 5. I say Bars.
Okay. Why don't we do that? And then if we want to move him, if we upgrade Marawa, then we're good.
Mhm.
Sound good?
He'll probably be good in Bars for the rest of the game.
Well, yeah, because the BF-110s have decent range, so it's
Yeah, because the battle is for Tobruk. Now it's close.
yes.
So let's do this. You have one in Bars, one in Marara, and one down in the south that I pointed to in the very.
And Antlet, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your 3.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Now, when we're rebasing, I don't have to put a marker on it, right? We're just
Yep, you do.
Oh, you
Transformation.
do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just put it on a marker on the board. They can intercept it hypothetically,
All right. Oh, never mind. Aircraft
and they get the
markers.
benefit of seeing they get the benefit of seeing the planes go in. And they're like, okay, at least they're there.
Yeah.
All right, super job, guys. I'm gonna go back in the main room.
At Lake Chapala, it's
Hey,
right
guys.
outside of. Oh, you're back. Okay.
Yes. So we decided not to do any air.
What? I think you're lying.
This worked.
I'm joking.
All right. Well, I've got my air plotted out, so
Okay, I think already
Where-
Mitch or someone's dropping
I'm dropping my stuff.
is dropping his stuff. And he's
Okay.
dropping my stuff. So he did.
aircraft markers. Here we go.
So Chris, you can also.
Oh yeah, I dropped.
Okay.
Bombers.
I dropped.
Let's see.
Well,
Oh, by the way,
Where else is it?
Norman, did you do your Raider thing?
I did.
Okay.
They're on a long trek. You haven't seen them this past few days.
They're right here.
Well, they're not really there. That's just the last place that you saw them.
I got it.
hey, we got some nice cannolis. If you tell us where they are, we'll send them over to them.
Yeah, just
Kind of like an Uber Eats.
drive a bunch of trucks out in the desert, and I'll meet you.
Well said.
Ours is called
Okay.
Nazi Eats.
That's Eats. Oh my god.
Oh, goodness.
All right. I've got my stuff placed.
Hey, how did we talk ourselves out of cap on the Brescia? Damn it. This was the conversation. Hey, should we put some cap down there? Great. Yeah, let's do that. And then we put all the cap up north.
Yeah, I thought we had Cap down there.
What happened, Mitch? You're killing me.
I thought we had Cap down there.
Mitch is
No,
like, I got 25
Okay, yeah.
planes to put down there.
right, but then you said put them up there, so I said okay.
I just say put them up there. I would. Get Clay said put them up there. He carries more weight.
No,
He does.
All
He's
right.
good at Lemnisio.
I actually thought you had caps stationed down there, and then you had extra.
No.
Oh, I didn't want you guys bare down there. Are you kidding me? All right, it's what it is. Hopefully we survive.
I love the miscommunication part. It's great.
Yeah. You should have called me. I'd tell you. You know what? I think you're going to do fine. All right. Why don't we start there, just so that you can get it past you? Is that all right with you guys?
That works. So you're going here.
Okay. I've got 6 Lysanders there. That should scare the crap out of you.
Drop some rocks on us.
We
Yeah.
don't look up.
Right.
We just keep looking forward.
I think you got 40 AA there, though.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, do the 40 AA because I got.
Oh, not with the 33rd though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bombing. I'm strafing. Let me rephrase though. I am strafing supply dumps there with a grand total of 12 strafing points.
Oh wait, you're talking about this one, right?
No, I'm talking about this one,
This one here.
the 33rd. Yeah.
There's no supply
up
dump
there.
Oh, the trucks. I'm sorry, trucks.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Trucks, supply. Come on, they all look alike.
Okay, hold on.
So-
Before you do that, we have first line trucks, and we have second and third and fourth line. I mean, second and third line trucks there.
Oh, he's doing
Do
this
we-
one here, Clay.
I want the gray one.
Okay, that's the second and third line trucks.
The ones with the big cross, German cross on this.
Right. Those are the ones. And if they got ammo, I just want to see a big boom. All right. Let's see what we got here. Other charts. So it's a strafing chart, right?
So when does the ammo actually transfer to the men?
During the organization
Oh.
phase that happened.
I've probably given you more ammo than you can carry. So some of
okay.
it has to be on the trucks. Yeah.
Okay.
But some of it probably was unloaded and you have some of it on your person. But
I'll tell you what. If I hit them, I'll let you guys work it out.
All right.
Okay. All right. So I've got 12 points. I need a 54 or greater to even let you know I'm around.
I believe in you.
whew,
There
you got
you
a
go.
4.
Halfway there. Living on a prayer. All right. So much for that one. That was exciting.
It's a brilliant
Okay.
idea not to put cap down there. I'm glad I thought of it.
I
C-Rock leads the way.
know. We're going down here.
Yeah.
What would you guys do without me?
Genius
I
move.
don't know. All right.
Hey,
So,
did you stay at a Holiday Inn, Chris?
Exactly. They'll leave the lights on for you. All right, so let's. God, that's an air bombardment thing. I don't know if you have any flak in there or not. I am.
No,
bombing.
I don't have any.
Okay.
I don't know if Clay has any on trucks.
Okay. If I bomb the supply dump, does it have a carryover to the trucks or?
No, you got to choose one or the other, the trucks or the supply dumps.
Okay. Well, let me see what I got in here. I got 18 Blenheim 1. So what does that come out to?
I don't think there's anything in that dump. You should do the trucks.
All right, we'll do the trucks. So 18 Blenheim 1s are.
Norman, you're supposed to not say anything.
Why?
You're not air commander.
Oh,
You're out of line. And the British have a very organized
I
structure.
know. When you guys were gone, I made the comment because Mike was asking, I wonder why it takes so long. And I said, well, because they have 4 air commanders and we only have one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm the truck. So I got 90 bomb points.
It's a
hitting
lot
those
of horse
trucks.
trading.
90 bomb points on the trucks. I need a 13 to hit one. So let's see what we got. 64. I
Whoa,
might
that
hit
sounds good.
me. 64 hits 2. 2 trucks.
Two?
Okay, let me mark it.
2 trucks.
I guess it all adds up.
It's a bad day to be a trucker. All right. Now, okay. The other two look like they're going to be contested. So if you guys have some that are not contested, if you want to fly those missions, we can take them on.
I'll take off my cap.
Okay. Well, then why don't we do Benina then next?
Okay.
Yeah. I am bombing the airfield there, and I've got 27 bombers total.
Okay, I've got 14 CR-42s.
Yep. So I've got 20 Blenheim 4s and 7 Wellington 4s. Let me see something here.
Whichever one's the strongest one. Is it the Wellingtons?
Don't say anything. That's what I'm looking at right now. The Wellingtons are. Let's go back.
It should be.
Here. This is the chart. Where the hell is this? I just clicked it. There it is. Okay. So. Oh, they all. They're the max. They're the 20. They're the 23 pound. They're 23 bomb load.
Okay. We'll go after those. And there's 7 of them?
Yep.
So we'll do 2 on each.
Okay.
And double check something. And every one is of one. I'm sorry, all but 2 of them are 1 pilots.
Yeah.
The 42, CR-42s?
Mm-hmm.
328.
So I'm a 318, and you are a CR.
328.
But all but 2 are +1s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the last one will just have 2.
Right,
regulars.
2 normal pilots. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see what the.
So maneuver is, you said you're an 18, so it's 10 different. So that's 3 plus 3 for me.
Yeah, so it's your standard is +3 -3, and then you're going to get for the first 5 on pilots, which makes those first 5 +4 -4.
And what is our TAC air difference?
Even. I'm 3 and 3.
Okay. So you roll first.
Yeah, because I'm the lower of the 2.
And you'll roll 14 times.
That's correct. So, how about if I go through and I'll just do 7 and then come back and do those same 7 all over again? How's that sound?
You want to do a pass of 7 once and then a pass of 7 twice? The second one? Okay, that's fine.
You know what? Yeah. Let me do the first 5 and then I'll do the second 5. So these are all +4 -4s.
For you, Mike, right, it's the same roll.
Huh?
It's the same roll. +4 and +3 are the same.
It's not. So I need 12. Okay. I got you. So I'll do 7 all the way down and 7 again all the way down. I need 12. So 1, 5, 6, 7. I got the 5th one.
Okay.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7th one didn't count, but that's okay.
Why did the 5th one not?
Because you already shot him down.
You already shot
him
down.
Never mind. Okay. No, never mind. You're right.
Doesn't matter.
All right. So.
All right. Got it.
I'm gonna do my first plane, both pilots. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna go. So here's 1, 2.
That's a shoot down.
All right. And then it's 1, 2. Yep. 1, 2. There's okay.
Down twice.
So with the same plane, right?
Right.
1, 2. That's the third plane.
Yep.
1. There's another one.
Yep. Okay, now you're out of 1 pilots and you're down to
just my last.
These are plus
last 2. Yeah.
Yeah, last two, 4 shots, a +3, -3.
And the 1-5 is good enough.
Yep.
Wow.
Was that 5 you shot down?
No, because has he rolled the last? Did you roll the last 4?
Yes. I got one.
Okay. I think you got 2.
See, I got a 1-5. See, I got to start with this.
15.
I got a 6-3. That's a miss. And then I got a
Be back
6.
in a few minutes.
Hey, talking about just your last 4 rolls.
Yeah, it's just 4 planes. I got 4.
Okay, good enough. In that case, so I've got the 4 marked down. So that means I got 3 bombers getting through. And 3 bombers with...
You want to fire our AA? I think we only have a 1 value because of
Yep.
airfield.
Yep.
I'm
So
going to double check. Yeah. The 85 SAB does not have any anti-aircraft guns.
So I'll roll
associated
1
with it.
for the shoot down, 44, and 1 for the abort, 51. Did we get anything?
No.
The
probably
flat
not.
turn?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
damn,
I've got
56.
23 times 3, right? Or that 69?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So 69 bomb points. Where the hell is it? Come on. Air bombardment. There we go. 69
Third column.
bombardment column. So I need a 52 or greater to do anything. And so I got a 61.
Ha ha.
So we missed. Okay.
Mike?
Yeah.
Wait. You've got Blenheim 4s, which have 6
Oh,
bomb
Blenheim-
factors,
Yeah. You know what? I got Blenheim ones too. You're right. You're right.
and then Wellington's have 23.
God, thank you. I forgot all about those guys because you let 20 of them through. You're right.
So you had
Yeah.
46 for the two Wellingtons?
And they're Wellington 1s, Mark 1, so they're a bomb load of 5, and I've got 20 of them, so that's 100. So add 100 points to whatever that is, and what does that die roll do?
Wait. Wellington Mark 1, 108 hexes, and you have a bomb factor of 23.
The Wellington Mark 4.
No, Wellington. Which one do you have? And it's a distance thing.
Okay, I've got 7 Wellington 4s at 126 range. Or
Okay,
less.
so it's 23 bomb factors.
Right, times 3 planes,
That's 69.
which is what I
Plus you-
said.
Plus you have the
And 1.
which
So that's
are
160. You're on the 161 table, and the 16 still doesn't get you anything.
Yeah, they're Blenheim 4s. You're right. So that's 20 of those times 6. So that's 120 plus the 69 puts me at 189.
Ooh, one more table over, and you're there.
okay.
Well, and I rolled a 16, so I missed, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there we go. All right.
Okay.
That's it for that. Unless you got
Well,
one
that's the
over there,
best day
so-
the Italians have had in the air. That was pretty cool. I
Oh,
haven't rolled that
exactly.
way. That's the first time I've rolled hot like that. That's cool.
Now we
Well, don't-
have.
don't-
You were up here by
Right, I know that.
Fair enough.
Now we have Cap over Rommel,
Okay,
correct?
and I've got offensive cap there with. Hang on, let me give it to you.
I think all the actions in
Cap
Derna.
over Rommel, you have cap over Derna.
So what I have is escorts in Derma, because we have bombers going in. So my escorts will attack his fighters, but we also have Cap over Rommel, who will also attack his fighters.
The cap is actually over Derna, but it's the same difference.
Okay,
Okay,
so it's over Derna. Got it.
Yeah, but it's the same. Yeah, I mean, it provides cap over Rommel if need be.
Okay.
So
Do you have
again-
anything over Rommel?
No.
Okay. Because you put
No,
your cap
all
in between all those units as well, right?
Correct. So I have an offensive cap there, and I've got 18 Tomahawks and 46 Hurricanes.
How many?
46.
Total. He's telling.
No.
So I have
No, I've got 18 Tomahawks plus 46 Hurricane 1s.
Oh, okay. So 46 Hurricanes.
64.
All right, sorry about that.
I have 12 BF 109s.
I have. Want to double check? 8. That's 15 and 10. I have 25 G50s.
Is this in the big hex? In the bigger air fight? All right, let me look.
Yeah.
You don't have any cap in there, correct? You just have.
Oh yeah, they're just bombing.
They're
Yeah,
just
bombing and strafing.
Okay.
Yep.
What was your cap or your escort, Clay?
12. So we have 37 planes altogether.
Right. And I've got 64. Okay, now I got to figure out my aces. Hang on a second.
The 109s are 109E.
Oh, the 109s, they are. Hold on, Tim. 109E. E as in Eric.
Okay.
So this is going to be a very big battle.
Yep.
So we have 37 planes straight out. So the first 12 will be the BF 109s, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we do that, though, I want to put my aces someplace. So I need to know some information before I'm ready to take that off. First thing I want to know what the characteristics are of the 109 who's up there.
They are 634.
634, because they're 1Es, okay. 634, and the G50s are
325.
Yep.
320. Got it. And I am, for the Tomahawks, you guys will be scared to death of these things. So giving it away. Tomahawks are 232. And the Hurricanes are 432s.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, and now let's take a look at the maneuver. The charts. Combat maneuver. All right. Oh, you only got a 2. So you're going to be a +1 for the maneuver with these guys. And you're going to be either a +2 or a +4. Okay. Starting off with. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 6 Hurricane 1s up against your 6 ME 109s, or 12. You got 12, right?
I have 12, yes.
Okay. Put 12 Hurricane 1s, and I'm going to leave them with just 0 pilots. So whatever your pilots are, they are.
So you're doing 12 one-on-one?
Correct.
Okay, so I just want to mark underneath my guys what you have.
Right.
Okay.
And then the remainder I'll put on the G50s. And so I've got a total of 7 aces in the remaining Hurricanes, and there are no aces in the Tomahawks. I believe are going to be straight. No, they're not. They're going to be +1s. Yeah. So the Tomahawks against the G50s end up being a net +1, -1. Because I'm -1 on the attack air, but I'm +2 for the differential on the maneuver. All right. So we're going to put them up front for 18 of those G50s. That means I've got 7 planes left. That gives me 36 on the Hurricanes, right?
34 more.
34 more Hurricanes, that's right, 34 more Hurricanes. And of those, 7 are aces, so that gives me 27 and 7. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to cover the rest of the G50s with just standard Hurricanes with no special pilots. So that is another 7 Hurricanes there, right? Yes. So 25 G50s are taking on 18 Tomahawks and 7 Hurricanes. Oh, hold it. He's got bombers in there too, doesn't he?
Right, but once you fight through the fighter screen, then you can go after the bombers.
Yeah, so, but only with have that's greater than what he has left.
Right, which means pile on the G50s like you're planning.
Exactly. That's what I want to do then. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. In that case, I am going to plot the rest of them against the G50s.
Yeah.
So simple math is if you do 2 against each of the G50s, that's 50 planes. If you do 1 against the ME-109s, that leaves you two leftover planes.
Okay, and I'll put those 2 leftovers on the first and second G50.
Got it. Why don't you do the ME-109 fight first?
That's a good idea. So we're just going to roll for 6 of those. I shoot first.
There's 12.
Right, because I'm -1, right?
Who are you fighting first?
109.
Yeah.
All right, so what am I fighting? I'm a 6 attack air. What's your attack air?
They are 432s.
What's your attack air value?
432.
432.
So you got a +1
432.
on that.
I got you. Okay, so I'm a +2 because of my attack air, and then you're a 32. I'm a 34, which is going to give me +1. So I'm going to be at +3, and you're at -3.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. So +3, 12 times.
So
unless you have any pilots, Clay.
No.
Oh yeah,
I don't have any pilots except for these guys. These guys have the pilots.
Okay.
You can go away. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so 12 shots at -3, which means I need a 12. So here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're all misses.
Okay, and then just make a break in that, and I need
22s.
22s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think I got 4.
You got 4. Yeah, I think you got 4 too. And you got the 4th, 5th, 6th, and the last one.
You would do your pilot recovery? Plane recovery?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to roll 4 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 1. Both back, the first one.
And you got a pilot back by the third one.
Second one? Okay.
Yeah, just a pilot. He's unrated, so it doesn't matter.
Right, got it. Okay.
But you did recover a plane, which is important.
Yeah. But that plane doesn't count for, he's gone for the purposes of figuring out how many planes get through the bombers. Right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Right. But he fights another day.
Yep. All right. So now let's go through and let's just do you get to fire at me, right?
Uh-huh. You want me to do it 25 times, or what do you want me to do?
Yeah, do 25. So you got pilots?
Yes.
Well, all these guys that you're fighting at, for the first 18 of them are Tomahawks. And those I've got no aces in, so they're just plain.
I'll use all my aces against your Tomahawks then, okay?
That's perfect. So,
and that'll be my first 6 rolls, and the first 3 are going to be a 3 pilot, and the next 3 are going to be a 2 pilot.
Okay.
So I'm going to do those 6. Okay, so I'm going to do the first 3, and then I'm going to do the next 3. And because of those modifications, let's just start again. What was our start point? My 325.
Well, yeah, you're a 3, and so I think you're a -1 net.
-1, so I'm going to be a +1 and a +2, right? On those first 3 and the next 3.
You're all 2s.
I have 3 3s and 3 2s.
Yeah, the 3s are 2s and the 2s are 1s. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so I'm going to roll the first 2s, and then I'm going to roll the 1s. Here's the 2s. Yep. Here's the 1s, or the 2s, and none of those. Okay, so the rest of these are 1s, which means I need a 13, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to do this 19 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think that's none.
I only had 18.
Let me put a break in this. Okay.
I got 1. I got a 1-3. The 5th plane.
All right. So one of my Tomahawks is it my 3rd Tomahawk, the 2nd hit, or the 1st hit, or is it my 5th Tomahawk?
It's your 5th Tomahawk. It's your 11th Tomahawk.
All right. So that's fine, because I have 18 Tomahawks. I don't know how many you shot at.
I shot at. I just rolled them all, so it was okay. I got one. I got 1 Tomahawk is all I got.
All right, fine. I'll take him off. He's fine. So 1 Tomahawk is gone.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to just recover him real quick? See what happens.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. He's dead.
No. All right.
Okay.
You have 2 3 rolls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. -3. Okay. So the 2 -3 rolls. Here's 1. There's the 2nd one. 3rd. Oh, got 1. That's a 3 pilot.
Yes, it is.
All right, 2. Yeah. You want to roll and see if he's recovered?
I do. It's not.
Good. Okay, cool.
I'm going to delete him off chart. Bye-bye.
That was the 3rd Tomahawk. Okay. And then I've got, so that's 3 of the Tomahawks. So I'm down to 15. And now we're going to fire 3 against your 1s at a -2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. They all missed. And then I've got 12 remaining Tomahawks. And I'm just going to roll for 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I got 2.
You got 2. 3?
The 16 ahead?
No, the 16. Don't I'm a +1, right?
Oh, right. Okay.
So 2 G50s?
Yes. You can roll for recovery on those if you want.
Oh, I better, yeah. Nope.
Okay. And so that takes care of all my Tomahawks. And now I've got 46 Hurricanes. And I don't care. How do you want me to work the Hurricanes against your G50s?
Well, did you fire the Hurricanes against the 109s?
Hell no.
Okay.
No, I already rolled. I want as many planes as possible to go after the bombers. So I want to knock out as many G50s as I can.
Right. But you have 8 Hurricanes that survived that are fighting 109s. Did you fire those?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay. So you got 34 left that attack the G50s.
Oh, you're saying I don't get to fire my Hurricanes against his G50s?
You get to fire 34 of your Hurricanes against his G50s. The other 8 survivors were fighting the ME-109s. You had 46 total Hurricanes, correct?
Correct, and 18 Tomahawks.
Right. And 12 of the Hurricanes fought the 109s, right?
Correct.
Okay. So 34 remaining Hurricanes fight G50s.
Okay, I got that. All right, so that's what you're saying. You're saying I got 34 of the Hurricanes left to go against his G50s. And then I add everything up, subtract his, and that's what gets after his planes, his bombers.
Right. But you've got some of mine that have already shot down, so you'll have some double up losses.
Yes. And so and I've shot down 3 of those, so let's just take 3 of them off the top, right?
Yep. That leaves you 31.
Yeah.
And whatever the ratio you do them at that going forward also come off too. So if you do 1 for 1 with the remaining 31, that's actually 3 more that come off.
Okay, so I'm lost on this thing. So you tell me how many planes I got that are going against your stuff.
Okay, so I figured you would have had to lay them all out before we got the results where you shot down my planes and you would have dispersed them evenly.
And we agreed to put double. So you're right. I have 3 Hurricanes that are not going to be in this battle against your fighters.
Right. Okay. So that takes you down to 28, and I only have 22 planes left. So that means 6 of my planes you have 3 on, and the remainder you have 2 on.
Okay. And those 6 planes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and put my aces in those 6, where they're the first 6, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
well, I left the aces off the first row on purpose. Then that's because I don't want my aces.
Right. I'm just saying I don't know if you knew which ones I would have had, my aces with when you laid them out.
I'm willing to let you assign them any way you want. So if you want me to take on your aces with my aces, I'm fine with that. I don't care.
I don't want your aces to take on my aces. That's for sure. for freak's sake.
So then if that's the case, then let me just do this. I'll fire the 7 aces that I've got against 0 planes, and they'll be the first 7, right?
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, so let's start off with my 3. So he's a plus or minus 4, correct?
Okay.
All right, so he needs a 24 to kill, and he kills. All right, so, and that means that there's another one behind him. So that's 2 planes there. I'm not going to get to use the other Hurricane.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You've killed one of my 22 planes that are left.
Correct. That are left over. All right, now I got 2 twos. So those are 16. They're plus 3s. I'm 22s. These are 22s. So there's 1, 2. Kill
Second plane got shot down. Yeah. Second plane got shot down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 1 behind him, which I'm not going to be able to use. So far I've used 6 Hurricanes altogether. 3 with aces and... No, I'm sorry. 2... That middle plane I didn't. This is confusing as shit.
It's all okay. Right, we can start from the beginning. You had 12 against me. Okay? That means you have 52 planes that will be going after his planes. How many have you used so far of the 52?
All 18 of the Tomahawks and the first round of how many planes do you have left over? How many G50s do you have?
I've actually got this. You've shot down my first 2 planes, and you've used 6 planes to get them. You have 4 more planes in which you have a 3 shot against me.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to back you up. Are you sure it's not a 2-shot? Because aren't I plus or minus 1 against you?
Once you run out of rated pilots, yes.
Yeah, base rate is 1 plus 1.
I have 4 left over. So
Okay.
those, I got 4 plus or minus 2.
Okay. There we go. Just do those then real quick.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all missed.
Okay. You have 2 more shots on the 4th plane at just a 1.
Got it.
Got him.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Got him.
All right. So you shot down the 4th plane. All right. Now you have 8. You have 16 at 2 times. So you're at the plus 1. So you're looking for 15, 16 times.
Right. 16 times, but it's a plus or minus 1.
Yep.
Okay. So 16. Here we go. I mark it. Now go 16. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I got quite a few.
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But some of them doubled up, right? So some of them were against the same plane. So the first one survived. The second one was shot down. The third one was shot down. The 4th one was shot down twice. And then 1 more. No, 2 more.
That guy.
No, 1 more.
So if you look at this as he fired his first layer, then it's whatever survived he gets a second shot at.
Well, he wasn't shooting them in sequence, 1 plane each roll.
What did you think you were doing, Mike?
I normally go all the way down the line and then come back up, but I'm happy to let him say however I'm doing it because I've kind of screwed this up. So I'm happy to take
I was doing it 1 plane at a time. So the first plane survives, the second plane is shot down, the third plane is shot down, the 4th plane is shot down, and then a 5th plane is shot down. I have 5 shot down.
That's fine from that sequence. I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Okay. I'm going to note
So
my planes are shot down. Okay, cool. Thank you.
And that's tough, I know. All right, so altogether that's 8.
Yeah, let me do my I've got 5 pilot recoveries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No pilots were recovered, or planes for that matter.
No planes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But you had 3 others that were killed because of the ace, right?
All right,
so
1,
together, I think,
2, 3. I got 1 back.
Yep, you got 1 back. So okay, so I net 7 for ace purposes, but 8 planes are gone from that group.
Yep.
Okay. So now that means that you're down to 17 planes plus the 12, so that's 29 planes, correct?
Yep.
All right, and so I've lost 1, 2, 3. I lost 4 planes off of my group. So
You lost 4 Hurricanes and 1 Tomahawk?
I've got 60. I don't think I lost a Tomahawk.
Okay.
You lost 4 against me. I'm not sure how many against
Right.
Mitch.
I don't think I lost any against Mitch.
I shot down 1.
Okay. All right. And so that's
59.
Yes, you have 59 planes. So 59
64,
planes.
59, correct.
Minus our, how many we have? We have 12 plus Mitch, how
20.
many?
We have 29.
I got 30 planes coming in.
Correct. So you got 30 planes. I have 10 JU-88s. Mitch has
Double check. I think it was 5. with 5 SM-79s.
And Chris, how many bombers you have?
In points or number? So the
Number.
I think it's
bombers.
I have. Sorry, going back to that spreadsheet.
How many bomber aircrafts?
I'm coming. I have too many windows open. Here we go. So this is 6 bombers, aircraft.
Type.
So 21 bombers in total, fellas.
All right, so I'm covering all 21, and I've got 9 others.
So you don't have to. You could concentrate, but
Okay, well, let's see what he's got. He had JU-88s, right?
Yes. JU-88D.
Right. And that's a 525.
right.
And we might get 2 shifts. I can't remember what the total was.
For
density.
formation, yeah. All right, so JU-88s, what was the other one?
SM-79s. There are 419 with 12 bomb factors. And what was the third kind of aircraft?
I got a FW-200, 6 of them, and they're 14 bomb each.
So they should be really weak, but they're not. Look at this, 521. God. They have definitely got these planes overrated. Well, 200. 79. Wow. So my Hurricanes were what, 432s?
Yeah. Makeup and maneuver.
Norman had a word for that last night. The overinflation of German ordnance.
Yeah. All right, so what the maneuver is. The maneuver is against the Italians. I've got a +4, -4. Then against JU-88s, I've got a +1, -1. And against the go up 200s, I can't believe this. I've got a +2, -2.
Now, I also have some planes that are strafing. Do you?
Yeah, what are those?
All right, so I got 16 BF-110s that are strafing.
I don't. The fighters. Yes, they can do the dive bombings, which is what gives them the strafing. And so they're a 530 because it's daytime strafing. I'm not going to do that. All right. Those bomb loads. Those 1433 and the Italians 19. Okay. Well, I get more bang for buck on the JU-88s. How many of those do you have?
10.
Okay, so I'm going to put 10 of the Hurricanes on the JU-88, and I'm going to put all 6 aces against them. That leaves me with 20. How many SM-79s do we got?
5.
Okay, I'll put 5 Hurricanes against them. And the 200s?
I have 6 of those.
They got long legs on them, though. Man, I'm sorry, guys. Let me give it some thought.
My pilot's a +8, if that helps.
Yeah. Okay, so 21, it gives me 9 more. All right. And the bomber fires at every plane that comes in.
Correct.
All right, and so I need to know, what do you guys get for a formation?
I think you get 1 shift, I believe. Let's see.
And that's it, just the 1 shift? All right, in that case, we're going to cover the SM-79s with 2, so that's 26, and I'll cover 4 more on the 200s.
How many planes, guys, do we have in total, including yours, Chris? I know you have 5. I mean, you have 6, but you have what's?
I got 6 bombers and 16 more of the fighter bombers.
Oh, 16 more. Okay, so 16 plus.
But they're not formation. I can't. I don't know how you would put those fighter bombers in a formation.
Yeah, it's just
the bombers.
Pretty sure
it's just 18.
Right.
We have to get. It's 18 as a +2. It's rule 45, but it rolls into page 16. And under subsection B, it says for each bomber, add attack air rating, the applicable formation flying bonus. If 6 to 17 bombers are on the mission, add 1. If 18 or more bombers on the mission, add 2 to each plane's attack air rating.
All right, so we're going to get a 2 to our attack air rating.
No, dive bombers are not eligible formation flying bonuses.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm a 7, Mike. For my
Yeah,
attack
which
air.
makes, so it reverses it. I'm basically a -1 and you're a 1. And that make this a +2, -2 base against the SM-79s, and a heads up against the F-200s, or the Buckle 200s. All right, I changed. I'm going to put just the 10. I'm going to go head-to-head with your JU-88s, but they're all going to be 0 pilots. So that's what I'm going to do there. So I'll be firing at you -1. You'll be firing me at +1.
All right,
So
so
we do that 10 times.
I'll roll first.
I roll. Why are you? You're smaller. I'm firing at the minority, but you're a bomber. Does that mean that?
Correct. Bombers fire at the fighters.
Now, okay. So the bombers fire at the fighters first, regardless of what the attack air is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'm going to fire right
Okay.
now. We need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just
Okay, you got 1.
1.
Yep, you got the second one. Okay. So I'm going to fire 9 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 1.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, and that does not recover. I'm gonna see if I recover my plane. I do.
You do.
Pilot.
nice.
So now I've got 10. So now I've got 2 planes going up against each of the 79s. Right. And I'm going to make all of these guys 0s as well. So you want to shoot your -2. So why don't you do the first 5?
Well, I just want to make sure. So the maneuver was what was the difference?
Well, with your formation, I wrote over it. It was a +4, -4, and now it's a +2, -2. So you're a 419, and I'm a 432, I think is what it was, right?
Yep.
So, all right.
That's an automatic
32.
-3.
Okay. So then
Or
he's a
minus-
+1, -1.
+1, -1. I'm with you. Okay. All right. So how many planes are on each one?
I got 2 on each. You want to shoot that first 5, and then let's go the second 5?
All right. All right. So the first
5 in a row.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All misses.
Okay, those were 5. Go ahead and shoot the next 5.
All right, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
right.
Got
Okay, 2.
two.
So you got right. So you got the fifth one on the second bunch and the second one on the second bunch, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So here's my first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 13 kills 1, and that's it. So your first bomber's down, which that my first bomber and second bomber don't shoot. My third bomber, or third fighter, kills, and my fourth fighter, he misses. So I
2.
think you lost 3.
Did I lose 2 or 3?
Plus 1 the first wave, and
The first wave and 2 in the second wave.
There wasn't any overlap?
No, and that's why I
Okay,
skipped
okay.
the plane.
Okay.
If you look at the rolls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's because there's 3 planes that were missing on there, so that's why I only fired 2.
That's okay. Just double checking.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
And I'm okay with you, John. I'm not. Look, it's complicated. You can stop me and back me up anytime.
You're fine.
Really, don't take
Am I
offense.
missing
So I just want-
something? You got a hit on a 13 and a hit on a 12, correct?
Yeah.
So only 2 bombers went down out of the 5.
Yeah, I think they're saying there was 1 in the first set, and there was 2 in
Right.
the second set that you're reading. So yes, there was 2 in the last rolls.
No, you know what?
No,
But
that was
didn't-
between me and him.
No, you're right. You're right. There's 2 planes I shot down. You're right. Let's do that. 2 planes.
Okay.
You're 2 SM-79s. But you lost 1 Ju-88 and you lost 2 SM-79s.
Correct.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're going after Chris.
Yes, and he's going to have some aces on him. So
Bring all the
Oh,
ladies
God.
to the yard.
I think this has been our bloodiest air turn for sure.
It has been.
So
Lots of those
huge air
1
battle.
numbers.
okay. And so we were figured out there was originally a +2 -2, but because you get 2 for the formation, it's now a 0-0 base. Does that sound right to you?
He is an FW200, so he has a 5 tack air, but it bounces up to a 7 tack air.
Correct. Right against my 4, which gives him a +3,
Okay, and he's a 21 maneuver.
against my 32, which is a -11.
times 3.
So,
So it's 0.
0. You're both on the 0.
Right.
Except
That's what I
for the
said.
fighter.
Oh, okay.
Except for the aces.
Right, except for my aces. All right. And how many planes do you have again? I'm sorry.
6.
6.
6 FW200s.
Right, FW200. And I've got 10 planes coming in there, so I'm going to double up. I'm going to fire all 4 of them anyway. So let's do this. All right. So you're 6 planes, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The first one I've got a 3 pilot against. The
Do I
next
fire
I've
at you
got-
too?
Yeah, you fire me too. And I've got 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, and I'll back that another 1 there. And that gives me 3, 6, 7, 3 more. So 1, 2, and 3. All right. So here's the way. You got 6 planes.
Yep.
So my first fighter is going to take on that number 1 plane, and he's the 3 pilot. So that guy is a plus or minus 3 on that first plane of yours. All right. The next plane, I've got the next 2 bombers. I've got 2s. So that's going to be plus or minus 2s with those fighters, 1 on each plane. All right. And then your next plane, your 4th plane, I've got 2 1 pilots coming after him. So both of those guys are going to shoot at +1, -1. The same is true with the 5th plane of yours, +1, -1. And then I've got 3, 1, 2, 3, and I've got 3 regular. Oh, you know what? Let's do. Yeah. So I've got a regular pilot backing up the first 2, and the 3rd plane, your last bomber, has 3 planes coming after it, 2 1 pilots and a 0.
So let me get this straight. On the first of his planes, you have 6 planes coming after him?
I've got a total of 10 planes coming after him.
No, I meant on his first plane. How many planes you have coming after him on his first one?
Just 1.
Just 1.
Yeah, and he's a 3 pilot.
Okay. I was just writing this down. And then on his second bomber, you have 2 planes coming at him, correct?
No, one or 2 pilots.
The second and third both have 1 pilot or 1 plane coming after him, and both of those pilots are 2s.
I see what you're saying. Okay, that's where I'm getting mixed up. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then his 4th and 5th plane have 2 planes apiece coming after him. The first one's a 1 pilot, and the backing up is a 0.
Got it.
And his last plane, I have 3 planes coming after him. The first 2 are 1 pilots, and the last one's a 0.
Got it.
That's it. That should be 10 planes, right?
Got the grid here in front of me.
Okay.
So, Chris, you get to make you want him to do. Let's just have him do the -3 roll first.
Why don't we just have him do his first 6? I'll do my first 6, and then we'll do the next.
Right,
one.
but
Okay?
let's just do in order. The first roll's a -3.
Yeah. Okay.
Then 2 at -2, and then 3 at minus. Then 2 at minus. 1 is a -1. Yeah, 3 at -1.
-1. Okay, those are all missed. Now I'll.
No, but he's got 2 at 0.
Well, not yet, because he may get shot down by my first plane.
No, he's got to fire all your planes first.
And then 1 at a -1.
Yeah.
And that's not a kill. And then 1 at a 0. All right, that's all his shots.
So he's fired 10 times?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe. I'll check it.
Nope, it's 10 times.
Okay. You got close there.
Okay, so he missed and he fired all 10?
Yep.
Okay, so here's my +3. 31 is a miss.
Yep.
Here is +2. Missed. And here's 3 1s.
So a +2. You have a +2.
He's fired the.
I fired the 3.
Both of them? Okay, all right. Okay, so sorry.
Right, now I'm going to do 1 1 with the first plane on each of these. So here's 1 1 1. Those all miss.
Okay.
Now I'm going to go back up. Got a 0 0 0
Yep.
0. That's
And then a 1.
a 1. And
A 0.
And then that's a miss. So they all.
All right.
Your Focke-Wulf's got clean out of that deal. All right. So the synopsis is what?
That's it. We're done.
No. What are the losses?
No losses there.
Yeah.
I'm talking in total.
Oh, I lost 1 JU-88.
And 2 S-79s.
Correct. And that's it.
No, there was fighter losses too. Well,
Oh, yeah.
The total.
Oh, you mean the fighters?
Yeah.
I've already marked him, but I think it was 5 at least. I don't know.
Right.
My
So 5
BF,
G50s?
I didn't lose anything on my BF 109s, but you lost 4 on your
On my bombers, right? No,
fighters.
on my Hurricanes, right? 4
Hurricanes.
fighters, okay. 4 Hurricanes, yep. Okay.
The Tomahawk.
No, the Tomahawks, I don't think took any losses. Did they? No, I lost the Hurricane. Looking at it, I lost 4, 5, 6. That's the Hurricanes that were lost. So I didn't lose any Tomahawks.
Okay, so it looks like the bombers get through to fight the anti-air.
So the
No, I total up my planes, and I subtract out, and I took what I wanted in.
Oh, that's true.
Don't you
How many? You still have more fighters than he has bombers, so the bombers don't get through.
No, that's not true.
No,
it's just
our
how many
bombers-
bombers you shoot.
Yeah, our bombs
Okay.
get through.
Yeah, it's just how many did you shoot down?
Okay.
Right.
No.
The next up is anti-air.
Correct.
Correct.
Norman, are you
Don't bother me.
questioning?
Hey, you
No, I'll look in the rules. Keep going.
Okay.
This is usually when you neglect to fire the anti-air.
right.
In this case, we actually have anti-air. So,
Hey, Mitch, it was 2 SM-79s that went down.
Yes, sir.
there we go.
Yeah.
I don't have my totals of G50s. I just marked them as we went.
That's fine.
This is I don't know. We usually the rule is it's the escorting fighters block a number of the attacking fighters from hitting the bombers.
Right.
Right.
That's what that. Yeah.
We did. Okay.
But all the bombers go through.
Darn it.
But that one rule, it's only for the. Yeah. You guys all know.
Yeah. Hey, I can hope, can't I? Sorry, I'm trying to find the AA table. So,
That's right, everything.
Oh,
Wait, where are we bombing at anyway? Durham?
The 9th Australia up here. So that hex.
How come you didn't go after the fleet?
it's 46.3.
We're going to charm them.
That's because we captured a fleet. We don't need
Yeah.
to.
There's 46.3. It's just not in any order. Okay. So, how many total fighters? How many total bombers are up there?
Well, you can attack each group separately. So you can attack the bombers and then the strafers and then the fighters if you choose.
Yes. How many
Sorry,
bombers
I have 3.
left?
6.
Yes.
So we got 18.
18. Oh well, no shifts. All right. So shooting at the bombers. Do 6-sided dice, and that does nothing. Shooting at the fighter bombers. Oh, I'm sorry. The second roll would have been boarding bombers, which is 1 aborted bomber. Now shooting at the fighter bombers to destroy 61. That's 1 destroyed and 1 aborted. Those are the strafers. And then the fighters up top.
Didn't roll 65 for abortions?
Yeah, you did. So you rolled 16, which is a miss.
Yeah.
And then 65, so one of our bombers have to abort.
Right.
Aren't
And
you attacking with 6 points though?
Excuse me?
So it's 1. It's the airfield.
Yeah, it's only airfield with 1.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong unit.
Yeah. Then the second pair of rolls was knocking down one of the strafers and one aborted. And then the last is for the fighters, and I missed.
So,
Okay, now for the one that you knocked down, do I get a recovery roll?
No, it's a bomber.
Okay.
And you guys have to figure out which bomber is knocked out.
I would say it's one of mine, right?
Sure. You have least amount of bombing.
Yeah, mine's the least effective. Yeah, so I'll take another one.
Okay.
So we'll do two things. First thing is going to be we're going to bomb first. I have 297. How many points do you have, Mitch?
Oh, I'm taking another bomber off here. I have 24.
And how about you, Chris?
I have 84.
So we got 405. Chris, you want to push the button and to do some destruction?
Am I looking high or low? I think I'm looking high.
High.
Yeah.
Medium will do.
405.
What are you hitting?
We're hitting the hex, so it's all the units in there. So 405 with bombing points. That's the 391 to 470. 4. So you take a cohesion hit and 40% lost of CP.
CPS. Okay. By the way, did you notice that in the original, the rules as written, that pinning by air is different than pinning by artillery?
Yes, it's horrific.
Oh, I think artillery is worse.
No, you get pinned for our turn and your turn.
But it's not the same result as pinning. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not just the turn difference. There's I think, a differential on how they apply it. Hang on.
It's your pin for basically our turn and your turn, and you're dead.
Impacts differently in the second half of the turn, so it's not quite the same. Anyway,
Chris,
so
you want to?
Yeah, I'm looking for the strafing table. So I got 14. I got 14 of them. If somebody's looking at this, look at it, because I can't find the chart.
Oh!
Hey.
That's going to be awesome.
That is 2.
I think it's in the beginning, the strafing chart.
It's 2. It's a 40.8.
Strafing table.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 2.
Okay.
2 defensive strength points.
Yeah, so 1 unit. 1 toe.
Depends.
If you're bombing it, if you're strafing Italian, it's 2.
Okay.
Good shot.
Maybe 3
Chris.
free French.
All right.
Good shot.
We'll take it.
A toe is a toe.
That had to be the longest air battle ever. And the bloodiest.
And that's 2.5 hours of air war. We just
Yes.
We did some other stuff, operations, beginning of the
Okay. Hey, Mitch,
Yes?
do me a favor. Look on page 12 of the air rules
Yes.
and look at 41.91.
Yes.
So on the first op stage, it says that they cannot move voluntarily. Well, 41.92, if you're a B player, says you cannot move or engage in combat during the A op stage. As soon as it's B's turn, though, then it goes to 41.91, which means you can voluntarily use half of your CPA rounded down. You can't voluntarily enter a zone of control. Now, if you're in a zone of control, you can't leave it. That may be what you're thinking about.
Yes. You're kind of paralyzed. You're kind of stuck.
Okay, got it. Never mind. All right. Okay.
So the problem is that you can always keep a unit adjacent to that unit, and they're paralyzed.
Right.
And then next turn you bomb them again, and they're pinned, and you keep staying next to them, and you keep beating up on them, and then sooner or later they just disintegrate.
Okay.
Sure.
And it's battalions that get pinned, so it's just like, oh, it's your whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right, where are we at?
We're at movement.
And I'm kind of thinking, is this where we want to stop tonight?
Yeah, I think he's right.
That way it gives us a little chance to sort of plan out our moves, and we're not just doing it, hodgepodge and getting in our way and cutting off units, that kind of stuff.
Agree. No, we're on the same page.
We went through a lot. It's the big turn, strategic warfare. I feel like a lot got accomplished.
Yeah, all the
think so,
supplies
too.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And plus, we took 2 weeks off. There was getting back into the swing of things.
I don't feel like we took any weeks off.
No, we
What
didn't.
are you
Yeah.
guys talking about?
Oh, that's right. We did the Tuesday session. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about taking 2 weeks off, and then we took 0 weeks off.
it's kind of like the cap in the South.
Slave drivers.
How many total planes were in that northern battle?
You guys
Total?
you had 67, I believe, or 64.
64.
And we came in with 37, I believe.
I had 31 planes. No, I had 31 planes.
Not counting your bombers. So if you add your bombers into that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I alone had 31.
Or maybe like a couple hundred.
So Mitch had 31. I had
You had 10.
22.
Yeah. And Chris had
He had the 16.
16,
plus-
and then another 6.
47 plus 22. 69.
So you had
So
20,
100 and-
so 22. You had how many? 37. And I had
31.
22.
I had 31.
Somebody needs a petting.
Yeah, somebody wants some attention.
So we had 75 planes on our side.
So 100,
Yeah.
over 150.
Same number, right?
Pretty
So
good.
yeah, so it's about 150 planes.
And you got a 6 result on the 9th Australian.
Mm-hmm. No, a 4 result.
Yeah, just a 4. So we gave you a
Yeah,
cohesion
we got-
hit, and you have 4. But then you took a 2 value that you have to absorb from Chris's strafing.
Yep.
So we don't know if you lost 2 TOE or 1 TOE.
Right. Is there a reason why it's 6 CPA, Tim, on the 9th Australian?
It's 40%.
Oh, 40%, not 4 CPA.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, cool. I'm excited for the upcoming battles.
Yep.
Gonna be big, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to be leaving industrials as we move back somewhere.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to sign off and take care of my needy beast.
Yeah, I got a dog